hello, and welcome to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and I'm the Dungeon Master of this ragtag group of heroes and adventurers.
Hi everybody, I'm Claire. I'm playing Mira, who's a Dragonborn sorcerer, half red dragon, half silver dragon. Originally was a bit of a politician, and now has joined the adventuring life, probably to a greater extent than she ever expected.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Lockie Hobbs, a Warforged Artificer. Originally was part of a flying castle, but I've since left and resumed an adventure with my now friends.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Jared, and I play the character of Jin. He is a level 6 Law Bard and a level 2 Hexblade Warlock. I'm currently an associate and ally of the Tempest Guild, and I'm helping them in their goal of stopping the Queen of Dragons, Tiamat.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Shana, the Yuan-Ti Sorcerer, who is traveling with the Tempest Adventuring Guild, trying to find the other half of her soul, who is hiding somewhere away, far from reach.
Hi guys, I'm Matt, playing Yervith, the sneaky Wood Elf Ranger and Rogue, who, after a tragic incident in the jungle with his previous expedition, has now joined up with this lovely ragtag group of adventurers and is looking to see what happens next.
Hello. Welcome back to the Lost Archives, everybody. My name's Owen. I'm the Dungeon Master of this ragtag group of heroes and adventurers. We have joining us back again tonight, Ali, back from the dead. And on the third day, she rose from her tomb. And she has returned to us once more. And the reincarnation has stripped her hair of all its colour.
Thank anymore.
That's it. And rejoining us again is our lovely guest character, Raph, who's playing the character of Shivers. I should say guest Raph, who's playing the character of Shivers, not Shivers playing the guest character of Raph. That would be a very different stream.
It does get a bit that way during the game sometimes.
And I respect that. Well, hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Very excited to be jumping back into our D&D campaign. Oh, sorry, one last thing. Jared's camera is not working tonight. He's in a location where his camera is non-functional, but his audio is still working. Jared, say hi for us.
Hello there.
It is working. Okay, cool. Just checking. Just making sure.
Thank God.
You go. Sorry, what was that?
No, I just said thank God.
Thank God, yeah, exactly right. Praise be to Bahamut, who has blessed us this day with platinum levels of audio streaming, which is what we need most of all. Thank you, everybody who came and joined us for the various YouTube shorts and has been checking out the YouTube shorts that I've been posting. I've just sort of discovered them in the last week or so. So I've been getting little fun clips from the campaign, from this one, from the Avatar one, and just chucking them up on YouTube shorts. Thank you, everybody who's been hitting that like button and for checking those out and subscribing as a result of those. If there's any moments from the previous sessions that you think are particularly funny, use the YouTube comments to timestamp them for me, and I can turn them into a short. And I will credit you as a hashtag the person who gave me the information for the short. I'll chuck you in the description. So thank you as a shout out for drawing my attention to that location. Also, thank you everybody who's been checking out the Submerged Hidden Depths gameplay on YouTube. I had a lot of fun playing that game, and now I've been playing through the Wandering Village. I think we're up to episode 3 or 4 currently on YouTube. A couple more of those to go before we reach the end of the early access of that game. So yeah, make sure you check that out if you enjoy it. And I've got some more surprises coming to YouTube in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for a very special Sims 4 episode, where I show you how to make inordinate amounts of money by doing absolutely nothing. Literally clicking your fingers and making money grow on trees. Infinite trees and infinite money. That's how I like to live my life. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Definitely not by Control-Shift-C.
No, not using Control-Shift-C, using only in-game mechanics. No cheating. I use no cheating at all. I use only the in-game mechanics of Sims.
You remember old Rosebud, though?
Rosebud, yeah, and Motherlode.
Good old Rosebud.
Yep. No, this method uses nothing but the ability to cast spells, which is one of the DLC packs, the Realm of Magic. One of those spells is a spell called Copy Pasto. See if you can figure out what it does from the name. I know it's a tricky one. And one of the aspirations that you can get, which gets you points, you can use those points to purchase money trees. Now, wouldn't it be spicy if you could use that Copy Pasto spell on a money tree and you could make infinite money trees? Wouldn't that be spicy? But the Sims wouldn't allow that sort of thing, would they? I know,
That
that's exactly what they've
too
done.
balanced for
That's
that.
exactly what they've done. That's exactly what they
Too
did.
balanced.
Yes. Perfectly balanced.
Amazing.
So yeah, I take you through how to do that and also show how much money you can make. I think I had it down to 200k in a 20-second time period by the end of it. So it's a refined method. Yeah, it's nice. Wouldn't that be great if it's actually how life worked in the real world? Wouldn't that be nice? Just
I'd love that.
yeah, it'd be great. We'd all love that.
I should say, I'm pretty sure it does.
Exactly. It got to the point where I was paying a gardener $164 to look after all of my money trees, and I was making $200,000 every time the gardener finished, and I was paying them $150, $160, and being like, thank you for your service.
That's like that's too real. That's too real, man.
I was going to say, Raph, any comments?
Too real.
As a gardener, yeah, that's a thing.
Oh man. So yeah, stay tuned for that very spicy episode. It's just a bit of fun. If you like that sort of stuff, me finding exploits in games, let me know, because I'm happy to keep making them. I enjoy finding exploits and making fun of them, and it's a nice change of pace from the normal horrifying game-breaking glitches I normally stumble across when I'm trying to do a serious, like, in-depth review or playthrough of a game. I think that's everything from me. Any other fun news to share from anybody else? Anything fun to share for the week? Ali's back, obviously. Ali's had a bit of time off. Looking rested.
Flame Ranger 2 is very fun. Can
Yes.
recommend.
Yes.
Still early access, but still fun.
Definitely have to check that out. And has everyone been watching The Rings of Power?
No, still haven't seen it.
I haven't watched episode 6 yet, but I hear it's a banger.
Oh wow,
So,
the ending,
forward to watching
like
that.
10 minutes. Woof. Just
Woof.
it's amazing. It hits. It hits. Yep.
Because I gotta say, it's a bit of a slow burn. It's building.
I don't mind it. It
We're in
reminds me
there.
of the early seasons of Game of Thrones, so I am actually quite happy. with it.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I'm way more hyped for the 3rd season of Witcher. Because I love The Witcher. I love The Witcher, so I'm super hyped.
I mean, I gotta say, House of the Dragons is pretty good as well. I'm enjoying that at the moment.
I haven't brought myself around to
I
watching
think
it yet.
episode 4 or 5 into that one.
Yeah,
That's a lot of fun.
It's really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I just
I
was so
think
burnt
just
by
because-
seasons 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones.
Well, you just gotta think they've got different showrunners.
Yep.
And it's a complete story, so it's not like it's gonna just teeter out into bore. It's different showrunners, complete story.
And it's got
Good.
Matt Smith as well, and I think it's got David Tennant's son in it as well. So I
David
don't know if
Tennant's son is
I
in
don't
it,
know if he's
and-
any good.
Really?
But I like David Tennant.
Yeah. Oh, he's a bit of a he. I'm sure he's a great actor, but his character is like, bit of a fun time. But yeah, Matt Smith is in it as well. He plays a pretty major character.
Yes.
And it's a lot of fun.
All right, I'll check it out. I've been burned by seasons
Plus-
7 and 8 Game of Thrones, so I have to.
Dragons.
I do like dragons. I hear the
Technically
dragons.
Wyverns.
Yeah, technically wyverns. I
Technically
agree.
wyverns.
Yep.
Technically wyverns, but very fun to see
Not even
them on
technically,
screen.
blatantly
Really cool.
wyverns. I'd say obviously wyverns. Stop calling them dragons. House of the
Obviously.
Widow. I fully agree.
That
with
same ring to it.
Exactly. I think House of the Wyvern has. I think House of the Wyvern sounds way better. I could be. I'm
Does sound
biased.
pretty
Though.
good,
I came
actually.
up with it, so I'm biased. Just admit, I'm very proud of it. Right. Let me do a quick recap, and we will jump into the story. And we're going to have to spend a bit of time catching Shana up to speed, because obviously she's been absent for the last few sessions. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a group of mercenaries, explorers, and adventurers, has been working to thwart the machinations of a group known as the Order of the Dragon. This cult has been amassing power, wealth, and knowledge in an attempt to perform a ritual which would bring a dark draconic god, Tiamat, back into the world. Our story has been following the escapades of some of the members of this group: Mira, Jin, Lockie, Yervith, and Shana, who have now journeyed from Chiari to a tower located on a tiny island deep in the Shattered Isles south of Oshia. Shivers, a Tabaxi priest of Moor's Sacris, a religion heavily tied to necromancy, has approached the party as a messenger, bringing news of a deal. Shivers and his master depths had been hired by the cult to investigate the Blue Dragon Mask, to uncover all its powers and effects. However, Iskander, a dragonborn lieutenant in the cult, has been poisoned, and only through the quick actions of Shivers is his life spared. Iskander, realizing his life is in danger, a number of other high-ranking cult members have recently died or vanished mysteriously, decides to betray the cult. Shivers is sent to find the Tempest Guild and bring them to Zonthal's tower. In return for saving his life, Iskander has promised them the Dragon Mask. Despite some initial reservations, the party soon realized Shivers was likely not capable of the level of deception required to orchestrate these events as a trap, and decide to trust him, investigate. We last left off as the airship approached the island, a large hedge maze surrounding a large tower overlooking the white cliffs above the sea. The party journeyed through the dark and ever-changing magical hedge maze, arriving at the base of the tower and discovering that access inside was only permitted through the use of teleportation. Luckily, Shivers brought the group to meet his master Depths at an old ruined bedroom where he and his master had been originally examining the mask. Depths wasn't able to provide the party with much interesting information, much news, but did kind of send them off on a vague direction of where to go next. As the party tried out the teleportation circles and pressed the flame sigil, they arrived in a large open dining room and were immediately ambushed by a number of cultists arrayed around the central cooking spit. We finished the session last time just as the party were victorious, able to finally defeat the last of these cultists, cutting them down where they stand, burning them with flame and ice. But we're not going to jump in with the party. We're going to jump back in time. Shana, you are still on the airship, having received your instructions from your Warlock patron Varus Nightshade. You know that you need to take this gemstone, this moonstone, and place it on the forehead, the center of the forehead of one of the wizards that operates in this tower. Which wizard? You don't know. The instructions were any wizard you could find. Jin spent a bit of time after the rest of the party left, Jin spent a bit of time with you, just checking in, making sure you were ready to go, checking his pack, and then he too set off for the tower. You have spent this time thinking, meditating, and I suppose reflecting on what your task is ahead. Is there anything else that Shana would have been doing during this time of solitude?
It's her usual obsessively checking that the device is still in the engine room. Other than that, not really.
No, fair enough. You check once more, still present. No changes, no openings or disturbances to the locked lead box that contains the temporal core. It is being kept safe there, the Nexal node. Oh, there was one thing I forgot to mention. Just before Jared left, you had been enjoying a few sips of a flask. This flask had been swapped out. Originally it contained water, but while you were at the estate of Bacchus, you had exchanged it for some of Bacchus's finest wines, noticing an opportunity to quickly get some of Bacchus's best brews for the road. And we left off last session as you were a little bit tipsy as a result of Bacchus's brew, and Leosin sort of looking after you as Jin took off to go meet up with the others. Shana, as you're sort of like sitting there, sort of like feeling very buzzy, feeling very good, Leosin comes back down, having just said goodbye to Jin and sent him on his way. Shana, did you want to catch up to Jin, or did you probably need a few moments to sober up? Could I get you some water or something to help? And I might take that flask off you if I'm just going to take that flask.
Yeah, this one maybe not a great idea. Actually, can we, do you have a water flask at all?
Yes,
that was so much stronger than I thought it was going to be.
I think, yes, this smells like fortified wine. You do know how they fortify wine, right? They normally mix spirits with it.
Huh.
I'll get you some water. Stay tight. Leosin sort of runs off down the corridor, comes back with a large wooden mug full of water and hands it to you. I want you to drink all of this, okay?
Fine. She chugs back the water.
Yeah, as you down the water, the cold, crisp, clean water sort of pushing through kind of wakens you up a bit and makes you feel quite refreshed. And as you sort of shake off the effects of the alcohol, you find the water doing you the world of good. You immediately start to feel quite a bit better.
Right, so, the others, where, that way?
Yes, come, I'll take you up to the deck of the ship. And Leosin begins leading you up the narrow staircase towards the top of the ship, the top deck. As you guys come out onto the deck, though, you see Griswold sort of sitting on the edge of a barrel, humming away, this tiny gnome with this large grey moustache, massive crazy hair slicked back, sort of forming almost like a conical streak of grey hair, sitting on the deck of the ship, tinkering with what looks to be some sort of strange mechanism. And as you walk past, he goes, "Oh, Shana! I believe the rest of the crew have left you behind. Did you want to catch up with them?"
If I can, see, yeah. maybe?
I've been working on this experimental technology. You know Lockie's core, this section inside of him. I believe the power could be useful to act as a waypoint for some sort of teleportation magic. You aren't fully attached to all of your limbs, are you?
The ones I have left, I am.
Well, if you had to lose a finger or two, you wouldn't be too upset, would you?
Are there any other options?
Well, I mean, you can just go through the maze yourself if you want to catch up. I understand there was a bit of a hedge maze there, but I just thought if you wanted to get there quicker, I could give this a go. I've had 1 or 2 attempts with another section of the ship, and well, look, I've learned a lot. Let me put it that way.
I don't think I have a lot of choice in this matter.
You don't have to. I'm just
All
offering
right.
as an option. You're welcome to just head yourself in if you want.
All right, I'll trust you. Mostly.
Alrighty, what I want you to do, grasp hold of this electrum rod, and when I say go, turn it 3 paces counterclockwise. You'll feel 3 clicks as it goes into place. Counterclockwise, okay?
3 clicks counterclockwise.
Yes, very good. Leosin, you might want to take a step back there. A bit further, Leosin. No, much further. No, keep walking backwards. Yes, that's great. You watch as the rest of the crew back away like 20 or so paces. Leosin sort of looks and goes, should we be doing this on the deck of the ship? Maybe she should stand on the cliffs? Oh, yes, excellent. Capital idea, yes. We wouldn't want to damage the ship. Shana, if you could just step up onto the cliffs there for a moment. If you could slither off the ship, please, and just onto the section of grass over there, that'd be very, very convenient. Thank you. Yeah, Shana, you sort of wriggle on over to the cliffs. As you do so, you notice the airship engines start up, and Leosin begins moving the airship a little bit back away from the edge of the cliff. It's nothing personal. I just, you'll be fine, Shana. Good luck. As he puts a big thumbs up. All right, Shana, you ready? On the count of 3.
As ready as I'm never gonna be.
Well, that's good to hear. On the count of 3. 1, 2, go. And you turn 3 clicks counterclockwise. The electrum rod splits into 1,000 pieces of tiny metal that begin spinning around you, and as they start falling to the ground, you watch as they take the shape of arcane runes, forming a teleportation circle around you out of shards of metal, forming the runes, forming the circle, before igniting with this purple-orange power. You watch as this light begins shining from the ground below you, and with a sudden you feel yourself being pulled. Yanked as if thoroughly sort of grabbed around the midriff and pulled sideways. As you feel this moment of weightlessness and then gravity coming back in, you suddenly find yourself dropping to the ground, slamming to the ground outside a large tower. You can see hedge all around you, this hedge maze all around you, and before you, the large stone walls of the tower rising in front of you. On the very center of the area where you're landing is a teleportation circle carved into the rock itself. Gold, copper glyphs etched in. And you can also see in front of you a series of glyphs marking various different shapes. You can see a chair, an upside down letter L, a rectangle, a flame, a star, a square, an hourglass, and a triangle facing towards the right, an equilateral triangle.
And she looks around, there's no one else around?
No one around you. Large hedges, this sort of like densely packed foliage rising all around you. And as you turn around and look behind you, you can see a sundial about sort of 20, 30 paces behind you. And then 20, 30 paces away from that looks to be the entrance of the maze. It looks like whatever was attempted to do, what Griswold tried to attempt to do to teleport you straight to Lockie hasn't quite worked, and you've instead arrived at the foot of the tower, just outside, at an already existing teleportation circle.
Are there any like doors to the tower or anything, or is it like just sealed ass?
No doors.
Tower?
The tower is fully sealed. Weathered rock covered with moss and lichen all around. The only thing in front of you is this teleportation circle and the sigils visible now sort of shining and glowing very faintly on the rock behind you, as if reactivated by this sudden surge of energy.
think I might take a look at the those sigils, like a little bit of a closer look and sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And she is just going to take wild guesses in the dark on what any of them mean. Like,
Yeah.
probably some kind of inn. I don't think they would have gone there. Right-facing triangle. I mean, maybe the right-facing triangle, is it pointing to the tower?
So that the rock itself is in front of you, in front of the tower. So as you look at it, it's pointing to the right. So probably back towards the airship, to be honest.
Don't want to go that way.
You're approaching this very logically. These guys didn't.
Yeah. Well, she's looking at all these symbols, and like the only one that seems to have be like an actual sort of symbol that like has alternative meaning generally would be the fire one. And so why not? Dragon themed campaign, let's push the fire one.
Fantastic. As you press the symbol like a fire, again, the light of the teleportation circle rises around you, and you feel yourself being suddenly pulled and moved. The rest of the crew, as you guys are sort of just recovering from this combat, the teleportation circle behind you lights up, and you see this sudden movement behind you as this blinding light appears, and Shana appears standing. Shana appears on the teleportation circle, sort of tail coiled up around her, looking a bit sort of startled.
Yeah, with his bow. So good of you to join us, Shana. Bit late, but...
Bit late, yes.
How did you get here? It's a bit of a trek.
Shana, in front of you, this is what you see. A large fireplace in the center of the room, 2/3 of the skeleton of an adult dragon laid out on the floor, curled around the fireplace, but some of the larger bones have been scattered. And amongst those bones, and partly in the fire, you see a number of bodies. What looks to be 6 bodies of humanoids in these red-black cloaks, scattered around the room. Oh, and also accompanying Shivers is the corpse of this partially mummified corpse of what looks to be maybe some sort of woman.
A what? Sorry.
Some sort of woman. Partially mummified corpse.
I thought you said wombat. I was like, what?
A wombat, yeah. The partially mummified corpse.
Why is there a mummified wombat?
Of a wombat. Yeah.
Incredible.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, I was actually the first thing she does is check to see if she still has all of her fingers.
You look, all of your fingers seem to be intact.
Oh no, your legs! Oh, sorry.
Still gone. Still gone. Yeah. If Griswold asked you if you want to use a teleporter, the answer is a solid maybe. Leosin backed the ship up a lot before I went in it.
Last time I saw you, you were keeling over with, well, you were very drunk. You look a lot better. And
you could say I was legless. No, the turns out the wine I swiped was fortified and significantly stronger than expected.
But you bounced back so quickly. That is
impressive, right?
Quite interesting. Suspiciously quickly.
I mean,
maybe it's just a second wind, Jin.
Or a creature with a very heavy resistance to poison, perhaps.
Oh yeah, true.
That would also do it.
She's part snake. That makes sense.
Everyone knows that snakes deal with alcohol very well.
Yeah.
Well,
There is a reason she's a business steak after all.
That's
She's
right.
going to be able to handle a drink.
That's it.
Mm.
Did I miss much?
Oh no, you didn't miss anything. You're just standing there with like this 2/3 of a dragon body just behind him, dead bodies everywhere. Like, it's the same.
Still
you know
slightly
us.
Like he's just slowly feeding a body into the flames. What a mess to be.
This is a completely normal Thursday.
Well, look, admittedly, they did start it first. They cast spells before us, so...
It's true, they did.
What were they doing with the body of this dragon, I wonder?
Oh, so you guys didn't kill the dragon?
No.
Just the other bodies.
No, the
I
dragon
did
was
read-
already like this.
I did sort of control some of the bones, but
Yeah,
Hey,
actually,
Owen.
you would still have control of the bones. There's all these tiny bones still dancing around, moving in the air, floating.
The bones that are left,
Yeah.
it says in my animate corpse spell that it just has to be either bones or a body.
Yes. Animate dead.
no.
Let's have a look.
Animate
You think what I'm
dragon.
thinking, Raph?
Medium or small humanoid. It says medium or small
Oh.
humanoid. Very clearly. Sorry.
But with the bones that are missing, would that bring it down to a medium?
So you're going to try and assemble a humanoid shape out of various bones from a dragon. Is that what I'm understanding here?
Sure.
Okay.
Dragon head, little legs.
Okay. I'm going to say now that you know that the way the bones are going to fit together, it's not going to quite work without some sort of... you're going to need to find some way to bind the bones together, because normally when you bring things back to life and the bones already slot and fit together, there's... I believe they're called... Is it ossuaries? Or osses? The dips in bones that allow them to interconnect.
Fosses.
Fosses, thank you. Oh my god, well done. The fosses that allow the bones to interconnect. And then I believe also the attachment points for ligaments and tendons also. No, not tendons, just ligaments. Also attach around those areas, around the heads of bones, around those fosses. So you're going to have to find some sort of artificial way to do that. Claire, how am I doing? Is that right?
Yep.
I don't think it is, though. You're looking like it's not. Is that not right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see this reconstruction.
Okay.
Something we used to call it. So, yeah.
So you're going to need something to take the place of the naturally occurring substances. Maybe some sort of, maybe if you could make some leather straps to attach them, but this is going to be hard work. You're going to need to sit down and spend a fair bit of time to make these bones suitable to be able to raise them as a humanoid.
Yeah. I also don't think that... Yeah, I don't think Shivers would do that. He's not going to try and pull apart this corpse to make a different corpse. That's not his dealio.
Yeah, it doesn't sound quite right.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound very respectful.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can we nonetheless investigate the corpse and see what they were doing to it? Was there tools
I
on
was just
there?
gonna ask.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
Absolutely.
Let the ranger do it. I'm just gonna.
Why would a ranger be
Yeah.
good at this?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
go on. Do you ever think if you want to make a nature or investigation or
I will
arcana
help.
check?
I will.
Okay,
help.
I
nice,
will
nice.
I will
definitely
help
going to
you.
use the nature check.
Alrighty, nature check it is. Natural 20, 28.
Yes.
Yervith. And then a natural 1. Oh, wow.
Wow.
But advantage.
Still a 9.
Get that one out.
Get that one out of the way. Just chuck it in the bin. It's done.
Throw it out.
Yervith, as you look over the corpse of the dragon, you can see that, yeah, the bones are disconnected. They're placed roughly. And the front limbs of this creature are actually missing. The skeleton itself seems to have been very deliberately cleaned and maintained. You get the sense looking over this that, because you've heard a little bit about the cult's history, and this knowledge that comes back to you, you know that before the most recent leader of the cult, before Severin took control, the cult were interested in raising Dracoliches, which are undead dragons, and they would bring Dracoliches to life and control them. Dragons saw this as an abomination. Obviously, most people saw this as an abomination, but this looks like maybe ties back to the cult's history. You don't think they're trying to make a Dracolich now, but maybe this body or this skeleton is left over from that time. And looks like maybe some souvenirs might have been taken. The claws, you know that dragon claws could be sold for a high price. The fact that the front limbs are missing and the teeth as well, as you have a bit of a look at the jaw, you can see in the book the teeth are missing as well. You get the sense that maybe this was originally designed to become a Dracolich, but now that the cult have changed focus and they're now very much deciding to try and bring Tiamat back, that's kind of fallen by the wayside, and so some of the cultists may have actually raided this body for their own personal use or for funds.
Judging by that assessment, it's safe to assume that this is a long dead dragon.
Yeah, looking at the bones and the way they've been cleaned, and looking at the dryness of them, the brittleness of them, you get the sense these bones have been in this room for decades. We're talking 20,
Wow.
30 years minimum. There's activity around them where you can see they've been moved or shuffled where stuff's been taken. Where the claws are, there's only a very thin layer of dust. That didn't happen too long ago. But otherwise, yeah, as you have a bit of a look inside the fosses, there's a buildup of dust inside some of the hollow sections of the bones that tell you they've been here for quite some time.
It's curious to know that the body's been here for that long, though, suggesting that the cult have been here a very, very long time.
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
Yes, definitely.
And it also seems like their structure's falling apart a little bit if they're starting to raid old dead dragons.
Yeah. Strange.
They do it for a purpose. Spell components, or
Yeah. I mean, either that or they're just trying to make a bit of money before they get out.
That was my assumption as well. Makes sense. Sell some parts in the black market. Probably fetch a hefty sum. Dragon parts aren't easy to come by.
Not at all.
While this conversation's going on, everyone's looking at the dragons. Shivers is just laying out all the other bodies in a row and kind of neatening them up and making them all presentable and getting all the crispy bits off them and pulling the bone shards out of them and just making them a bit more presentable.
I'll do them in two
and then-
rows of 3 then. How does that sound?
2 rows of 3 sounds good. And then Shivers is going to pick the 3 cleanest and best looking of them and bring Tibbles over as well and kneel down and I'm going to cast Animate Dead at 5th level to get 4 undead,
Absolutely.
including Tibbles.
Including Tibbles, your
Tibbles
sea
is the
hag.
cat.
Yeah,
Tibbles was the cat, but they've also now called the sea hag that they resurrected after the cat.
yeah, because we couldn't remember what her name was.
Is this the sea hag that we cut her head off?
Yes.
Yes.
This woman, is it either like a reanimated head or
Oh,
is
no,
it like
no,
a
no, no,
body
sorry.
missing
That's
it?
a
No, it's not.
different sea hag.
Different sea hag.
Ah,
The stream summoned a
Different
sea
sea
hag.
hag.
that's
Just
cool.
trying to find my little zombies. I want to get some good zombies. Perfect. I'll use
I'd
these.
be impressed if we still had that sea hag's head on cold
You
storage.
gave
just
that.
somewhere.
You gave that.
We gave it away to the
werewolf.
wolf guy.
The werewolf.
Yeah,
yeah.
the werewolf
Yeah.
guy.
Very happy to receive it.
Yeah, it was great.
Right, these
It was
look
good
great.
gift.
Let's use these. Here we go. Got some good zombies. All right, they should appear on the thing in a second, and I will give you control over all of them. And so Shivers, as you head on over, focus and begin casting this spell. Concentrate. You begin chanting, moving around. All of you watch as, again, like as Shivers casts this magic, these sort of purple lines appear in the air and they begin sinking into the corpses. And as they do so, some of the muscles begin twitching. And then slowly, bit by bit, the bodies begin rising up, moving and clicking into place, and then sort of setting and going very unusually still as they suddenly sort of pause, having been fully reanimated. Shivers, I'll give you control of each of these zombies.
Thank you. Shivers just pulls out a little hair comb out of one of his pockets in his robe and starts, combing their hair and making them all presentable and making them all nice and smart and good looking for going out in the world.
There you go. You should have control over all of those. You guys watch as Shivers begins like sort of getting all presentable, begins moving getting the clothes ready. Any bits that have been burnt or torn, he sort of like moves back and pins together where he can, and reassembles these corpses into a fully functioning zombie horde.
There we go. That's much better.
Perhaps we should be a bit more precise with our shots from now on. I feel like we're giving you some extra work here, Shivers.
Well, I mean, that is all just part of the job. People die how they die, and these were not good people. So hopefully, if we find any of them again in their next lives, they will learn from this. Getting crispy fried is not an ideal situation, and they will learn.
That's a fair assessment. I do have a question, though, and while you seem to be doing a wonderful job in your profession, I am wondering, because this fight was a little bit of a miscommunication, I feel, because we're supposed to be here helping someone from the cult. And I'm just a little worried if anyone from the cult sees three recently What you call it?
These are husks at the moment. These are
Okay.
just vessels. Yes.
Okay, well, there are three vessels of their former colleagues or allies wandering around.
That is a very good point. What can we do about that?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know our friend Jin over here is very good with disguises and things like that, so maybe he can help out. But I just wanted to bring the point up.
No, that is a very good idea. Should we turn their coats inside out? Flip their clothes around?
Jin, do you have any more googly eyes?
I very well could. I do have a disguise kit, though. I could draw some fake moustaches on them. That could really sort of make them different.
I mean, they're not
googly eyes.
entirely recognizable as they are, seeing as they're so desiccated and burned and damaged. But everything is a good idea. Let's do that.
I think we should stick with the googly eyes. Good idea there, Yervith.
Sure to get a laugh out of someone, I'm sure.
I think it was sort of...
These things are not for laughing at. These are these were people.
Oh yes, of course.
Oh no, they're laughing at the googly eyes. That is completely different.
It is true. The googly eyes are funny.
Unbelievable. So you guys
We
pull
all
out,
remember Tibbles, the zombie.
Jin, as you reach in and pull out your last 3 sets of googly eyes.
Oh no, I don't want to part with them.
Okay.
It's a commodity.
How many googly eyes do you distribute then? Do they get 1 each and you keep 3 for yourself?
One in the middle.
Are you gonna do like the everything everywhere all at once? Put the googly eye on your forehead as like your third eye, and then you're ready to go.
I look at them. I take 3 out. I look at them 3, and I'm like, This is my last 3. These are precious. They have been instrumental in my adventures thus far.
But I mean, you have them back. It's just to get through the tower so they're not recognized.
Okay.
They might be a little sticky on their return, but you are welcome to have them.
It pains me to give them, but take these googly eyes.
Okay.
They're serving a noble cause, Jin.
It's boring to go alone. Take these.
Take the googly eyes before I weep, please. I cannot dare to part from them, but take the googly eyes.
Shivers, you were handed 3 sets of googly eyes. There are.
I do give a smirk as I give it because obviously I don't actually care that much about them.
No, I figured.
Shivers does not register that at all and
Doesn't
takes
pick up
them
on
in absolute
that.
Okay,
reverence.
as I registered that, you see like one single tear go down Jin's face.
This is a great thing that you are doing.
Oh yes, thank you. And
It makes that noise. It makes that noise as you go to put it on. Because the eye socket is contained in this pocket of air, as you put it on, it squeezes out the air. I can't do it properly. Can you do it again for Lace Raph? Thank you.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's so good.
Wow.
As you put
look
them
at
on.
them. They're just so different now. I mean,
No one will
the burnt-
recognize them now.
The burnt flesh and all that really, didn't take away much at all. But the googly eyes really makes a difference.
Really humanizes them.
It does.
As one of the zombies sort of
my
turns
lord.
towards you guys, it sort of spins rapidly. This, and he watches the eyes go side to side. Tilts its head back, and the eyes flicker and then down again.
I'm getting sharp recollections of totally accurate battle simulator right now.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That's it. While this is all happening, Yervith is just going to kind of do a bit of an inspection of the room, sort of more curious in this back wall and see if there's anything here that's worth sort of looking over and seeing if there's
Absolutely.
clues or any
I'm happy to
information.
use your previous investigation check. Or did you do a nature check?
It was a nature check.
Could I
Not
please
really.
have an investigation check, please?
Sure. Yervith is famous for his high intelligence.
He is famous for his high intelligence. 6.
It's a 6.
Yervith. As you have a bit of a look, you see some sacks, you see some barrels, there's some what look to be shelves with various sort of clay bottles on them, but most of the bottles are sort of broken or smashed. Yeah, you don't get the sense there's much of interest here.
Nah. Nothing here. Let's move on.
Okay.
That was easy.
And what were they doing in here? Do you think they were raiding the skeletons? It's pretty old.
Well, I should say in the fire pit you can see some various sausages on sticks over the fire. Looks like maybe this was where they were eating some tucker.
Ah.
Having a bit of a tucker.
Dragon sausages. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Sausages.
So nice.
Actually, as you look, the sticks aren't sticks at all, but the dragon's ribs that they've speared these sausages on.
Oh.
I know.
That's pretty metal.
They're pretty metal. But yeah, as you have a look, and then as you have a bit of a look back towards the teleportation circle, you can see again these symbols behind you. The chair, the upside down L, the rectangle, the flame, the star, the square, the hourglass, and the right-handed triangle. What's interesting is the flame symbol seems to be out now that you have arrived at that floor.
Was it the hourglass that we were tossing up between that or the flame, wasn't it?
I believe so, yes.
I believe so, yes.
Should we give that a try then? Or do we think something else now?
I believe you tried the sundial last time, did you not?
Oh, that's right, we did and we couldn't get there.
It doesn't work. Yeah, as you press the button, nothing happens.
What about the star then?
Shh.
Yes, stars are always good.
That looks pretty
Perhaps
cool.
that will take us to the top of the tower.
That's what I was just thinking.
Great minds think alike.
Yes.
Give it a go.
There's nothing else to see here. Let's go.
Alrighty, as you guys all crowd around the teleportation circle, and reach forward and press the star, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Press the star. The teleportation circle lights up. You feel that feeling of weightlessness as you are suddenly jerked from this reality and pulled across to somewhere different. I will move you guys to the observatory.
I'm just imagining. Hey, we were right. I'm just imagining Mira, Lockie, Jin, Shana, Yervith, Shivers, and 4 zombies on the teleportation.
You're getting
Eleanor.
very close. Yeah.
It's just like squishing in on an elevator. Like, ooh.
Yeah, it's you guys are. It's almost too small for all of you to fit. As you guys
Forget as well.
Yeah.
It's like the back halves of the zombies are all missing now when they step out.
Yeah, they've been cut off. As you arrive, as you suddenly blast in on this location, you can see that this chamber, was clearly the workplace of someone invested in understanding the arcane, researching the stars. You can see a massive telescope of brass, crystal, and polished wood on an intricate stand right in the very middle of the chamber, a series of gears and levers designed to turn and rotate it on this incredible clockwork base that powers the entire thing. A ladder rests against one wall towards the south, and you can see an immense crystal lens embedded in the ceiling above, giving you a view of the night sky, but somewhat magnified. And as you move your heads and look, you can see that the movement with the night sky is again, this magnified and slightly reversed image as you move around. You get the sense that this is designed to help just naked eye visualization, but when combined with the telescope, you'd be able to get an unparalleled look at worlds beyond this one.
Really? Can I
Really?
Really?
have a little look through the telescope and see what it is I could see?
Lockie, absolutely. As you walk towards the telescope, bend down and have a look up, you can see this incredible nebula, twisting stars arranged into a swirling pattern. And as you look through, stars appear to be winking out one by one.
Oh, shit.
What?
As you
would
watch,
I be able to...
star disappears. Another star. Another star.
Would I understand what that means?
Can you make me just a flat intelligence roll?
Flat intelligence, sure. I was hoping
Does it
you
seem
would
like
tell me
it's speeding up?
critically succeed.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. It sort of seems to be random intervals.
And they're not returning. They're just disappearing forever.
Disappearing forever.
Ah,
8.
that's-
Oh.
Flash of genius, or are you going to save it?
I don't have any more flashes of genius. I was hoping you would say make critically succeed on it.
Flash of genius.
Yeah, they're all
Flash
done.
of genius. Lockie, as you stare through, it's almost like the stars are disappearing one by one. And as you sort of have a bit of a look through, you can see off towards the far left-hand side of the image where you're looking, what probably was once this stretching arm of maybe this nebula, stretching arm of this galaxy, is just darkness, nothingness.
Uh-oh.
That's
That doesn't sound good.
not.
Is there something wrong with the apparatus?
Nope.
Lucky,
Nope.
is there something wrong with your memory, doohickey?
Nope. My memory is working fine, and I'm really hoping that my eyes are not. But it looks like we have some. It turns around the others. Anybody know anything about stars disappearing or?
I look at Shana.
Yeah, Shana is just sort of like genuinely away and then goes to have a look.
I wondered how long that would
Like,
take.
Definitely.
yeah, she's just gently, she's like, has a look, sort of sees the stars blinking out, and then moves the telescope to see if she can see what remains of her original system as well.
Ooh, that's okay. So I'll get you to do just a flat intelligence check for me, because here's the thing, Shana. Your system you've not viewed from the outside before, and on top of that, you last saw it thousands of years ago. Correctly identifying a star system from the outside in the past is going to be very tricky. Let me just get that out of the way straight off the bat.
Especially since it's not my strong suit.
That's, I
Shit
know.
moves as well over that
Natural
time.
20 for a 19. That's got to be rewarded, man. That's got to be rewarded. Shana, as you look at the telescope, you've actually used similar apparatuses before when you were back in your homeworlds with the other Kalash Star souls. The other Kori souls. You've used apparatus. Part of your speciality was energy creation, and that required the capturing of the energy of a star. So you spent a lot of time around telescopes. You begin moving one of the handpieces that slowly locks in a gear and allows the telescope to turn ever so slightly. And as you have a bit of a scan of the night sky, you see this vast section. It's only when you sort of zoom the telescope out a bit that you can see what looks to be these moving tendrils of blackness, the absence of stars and light, reaching across from somewhere far in the depths of space, far in the depths of astral space. And as you watch, you can see the lights flicking out, every so often stars just disappearing forever. And it looks like these large tendrils moving through these nebulas. You look at some galaxies, you can see these black lines pushing in. This emptiness, nothingness, where once there were stars and galaxies, but now nothing remains.
That's normal.
It's
Is there a direction? Like, can she sort of pick up a rough, like, is it approaching? Like, is it sort of like...
Oh man, perspective and distance is hard to tell. As you have a bit of a look, this thing could be reaching around behind the other side of the planet. You have no idea. There's no way to know whatever this is. And I should add as well that it's hard to identify this as a creature. That's what your mind fills in. The pattern fills in this idea of these vast tentacles, almost like an octopus reaching across. But it's just the absence of light that appears to look like these almost like rivers or tributaries cutting across what look to be galaxies of stars. I should say as well, there's one more thing Shana sees. As you bring the telescope back around for one final look, out of the corner of your eye, you catch a very familiar binary star system, this bizarre twin dwarf star system that you recognize. And as you focus the telescope in, you know that this wasn't too far from where you originated, where the Kori originate. And as you pan the telescope upwards looking for that familiar group of stars, you suddenly hit the edge of one of these black zones. Darkness. Nothing left.
She sort of expected it. Because that's the entire reason why they all left and were turned into Kalashatar. But it's still, I think just seeing that absence is just a bit of a... I was sort of hoping it was like a little bad dream and that, I don't know, maybe it would still be there. Everything like normal. And then she turns to the others and she's so how many of you guys know actually about Hadar?
What is that?
That's the elevator music in my head.
That's the teleportation elevator music.
I sort of put my hand up because obviously I've been there for some of the discussions.
Oh yeah.
Only what you two have mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if anyone wants to have a look at the telescope, and you'll see, the lights of stars, and then you'll see them disappear. There's a giant, I don't even know what it is. Creature, being, god, something like that. But either way, it's got a, it's hungry for, to devour just everything. That's how my world was lost.
It devours stars.
That's a bit rude.
Everything. Planets, moons, stars, just space and matter itself. Leaving nothing. And, well, it's a little bit disconcerting to see quite so much activity so close to home.
Oh my god, my pastries.
Could it devour them? Who knows?
Oh no.
As you guys are talking...
So this overarching
no.
darkness. Well, so it has a name. It has a name, Hadar. Where is it from, exactly?
Well, if people know, it's not me. All I know is that it we saw, just as actually like this, in this telescope, we were looking around for new energy systems, as we always were, and noticed that somehow some were missing. And, we increased in frequencies, more and more just went missing. It's like, maybe we just mislabeled them. Maybe they moved somehow. A black hole, maybe? But, and then the frequency increased, and we noticed it more and more, and then things out of our local system started disappearing. Straight black. And we eventually lost our star.
You're saying a lot of words.
I was going to say,
don't
yes.
understand.
Yervith, thank you.
Yeah.
She's talking. I mean, your experience. On Nostea, on this planet, there's no discussion of worlds beyond. Your civilization has been, the whole of the Nostean civilization has been very confined to this planet, to this plane. There's no astral teleportation. Teleportation off this planet is almost impossible without the giant magic that once sustained it, and all those locations that. And these words she's using, like local cluster, this is
black
all...
hole? What
black
is that?
hole. This is all stuff you've never...
Can I jump in it? Can I go swimming in the black hole?
Sphere of Annihilation, but really big.
I wouldn't recommend it.
As you guys are talking, the door over towards the far side of the room opens, and a tiefling steps through. Long red robes, red and purple robes. Curved horns, shaved down to very razor-sharp points. Small goatee, very dark red, I'd say almost like a dark maroon skin, steps through the door. Gives you all a bit of a glance over the top of his nose, where he has these sort of half-moon spectacles arranged. Well, that is very, very interesting indeed. Intruders, welcome to Zonthal's Tower. I trust you've been having a bit of fun running around the place. Who are you, and what are you doing here?
Do I know this guy?
You've never seen this man before.
Shana just straight up goes, I'm Shana, and I'm here to look at your telescope. Did you know that stars are going missing?
We've had more important things to be focusing on, honey. I'll ask you again. Who are you, and what are you doing here?
Hello, I'm Shivers. Myself and my master Depths. We've been studying the dragon mask. You asked us to come here for the dragon mask.
Oh, your Iskander's project to investigate the blue dragon mask. I'm sorry to say we no longer require your services. Iskander has been revealed as a traitor and has fled to the dungeons below the tower. I'm sure he's quite deceased by now. And what is this? And he looks over at the corpses that you've put googly eyes on, but are still unmistakably the corpses of several members of the cult. Robes still intact, symbol still emblazoned on the chest, just with googly eyes stuck to the corpses that have been reanimated.
That's been in
He
front of
looks
them.
at you, mouth open, looks back, looks at you guys, looks at the corpses and goes, kill them. Obviously, as he turns around towards behind him, you see three of the cultists burst through the door.
Oh my gosh!
I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to hurt him. He's so good.
I'm gonna throw you into initiative, obviously, because I need to know what order you guys are doing stuff.
While we're doing that, I just want to say, Shana, Ali, Shana has never been more the doctor than just that moment.
Yes. She's just completely distracted, like, you know, first time just seeing something from her old life in so long. She's just, you know, it's like when you're back with like your old high school friends and it's like you're all back in high school again.
Yeah, and then Yervith is like, what's a black hole? What is a star system?
Like, local cluster.
Local cluster?
So, make sure you click on your tokens before you click roll initiative. Yep, looks like everybody's done that. Is everyone's initiative in place?
Hang on.
21.
I think everyone's in. I'll put on some battle music in the background. Let's do, I think, Imminent Threat sounds appropriate.
Or that I should roll with advantage.
No, it's with advantage.
No, this has it already done.
Yeah.
So we've got, just make sure your initiatives are right. That looks like everyone's is correct. Mira 18, I'll just update yours. For some reason it didn't update on the thing.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, that looks correct. Awesome. You guys are not first. Somewhat appropriately, even though they also get the surprise
I haven't
round.
actually rolled yet, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's okay. When you roll, let me know, and I'll type it in. But it doesn't matter because these guys get a surprise round first anyway. As this tiefling points you guys and goes, obviously kill them. The cultists burst out from behind the door and run around the side of the telescope. One of them runs right up to you, Shivers, next to your corpse, and sort of sees you with this corpse, looks a bit confused, and then reaches out and grabs your arm, basically trying to like grab at your arm. Shivers does a... I'm guessing a 21 hits you, Shivers?
Yeah. That'll do it.
That'll do it. This is going to be... Shivers. That's going to be... It's going to be 8 damage. It's not that bad. I thought it was worse. 8 necrotic damage as it grabs at you, and this sort of greenish glow strikes off its hands, and as it grabs at your skin, you feel this burning. And as you look down, the moisture around your skin seems to pull away as your skin is left grayed and shallow. One of the other cultists moves down towards here, holds out his hand, and cries, "By Tiamat's power I will smite thee." And you watch as a large glowing axe made of flame appears in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Bad news. Let's use... Oh, this looks perfect. Here we go. So flaming axe. Right in front of Mira, Lockie, and Jin. And then the last cultist, and then he's going to move behind these barrels here, and the last cultist climbs up on part of the telescope mechanisms, looks down. I'll bring this across the map so you can see what I'm describing. Yeah. Climbs on top of the telescope mechanisms, and then he also reaches out and he is going to cast a massive gout of this radiant energy. I need Eleanor, Jin, Shana, Miri, Yervith, Lockie, and one of the corpses. I need you to all make me dexterity saving throws, please.
This wouldn't happen to be a spell, would it?
This is a spell.
Yay!
If it's a spell, then I might counterspell it.
Ooh.
No.
Oh, but I'm also
tell
on
me
Dexes.
now. Do you counterspell it or not?
Yeah, I'll counterspell it.
Okay, what level are you counterspelling?
Give me a sec. I'll go with 3rd level.
3rd level, okay. As you hold out your hand, Jin, and mutter under your breath, the spell sort of sputters and dies, and you watch as this radiant effect, as he holds out his hand and calls like, "By the power of Tiamat, I will smite thee." And then suddenly the spells are and sparks fly out of his hands and nothing else happens. And he looks down at his hand and he's like, "Why has my mistress forsaken me?" That is their go. Mira, you are up next.
Alright. Let's have a little look. Where are they all?
They're in the line.
Owen, can you do 13 for my initiative, because I don't know how to turn on
this keyboard.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. 13.
Okay.
Yep.
I am trying to. We don't have like a cone, do we?
Oh shit.
You don't have a cone shape, do you, Owen?
Cone shape. I can put a cone shape on the thing for you. Of course I can.
Yeah.
You want to see a breath weapon, I'm guessing.
Yeah. 15-foot cone.
I'll give you control, and you can have a bit of a play around with it once it appears.
Oh, thank you.
Here you go. Roll by.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
welcome to the stream, everyone. We just had a big raid.
Yeah, we
hi.
have.
I've been meaning to catch up, so it looks like we've got the evildoers, and we've also got the Mims crew as well. So hey, welcome to both of you. Thank you so much. Really love having
Enjoy
you guys.
me playing with angles. This
Playing
is
with
geometry. This is D&D.
We love a little bit of maths in our
Welcome to
D&D.
maths.
How big do you want it, Mira?
It's a 15-foot cone.
Okay.
So I don't think I'm going to get everybody. Can I use distance spell on a breath weapon?
I'm not sure. Can you put your distance spell?
Oh, that's pretty good though. Can I use distance
Breath weapon is like a feature.
Cast a
right?
spell that has a range of 5 feet. No.
No, it's
Sorry. Cast a spell.
all right. Okay. All right.
But, yeah.
I've actually made that a bit big. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There you go. That's 15 foot.
15 foot.
You can get 2 of them.
All right. I'm gonna try and position it so I can get this one and this one.
Yeah, if you move.
If I move just there,
Yeah.
I'll do that, and then I will bonus action quicken spell firebolt the guy at the back.
Absolutely. Alrighty. Yeah. Roll me some dice, and I need to make a dexterity saving throw for those who you're going to try and get with the breath weapon.
Breath weapon. Dex of 15 is the save.
That is one fail, one pass. The one closest to you passes. The one towards the south fails. As Mira steps up, what breath weapon are you using? Because you can Innovating breath. Okay, thank you. And it's your ice breath, correct?
It sure is. 3d10 cold damage, half on a success. And the guy who failed also must.
You've just
make
rolled
a
1d10, just so you know.
1d10? No, I want 3.
It's only rolled 1d10, just so you know.
1,
Okay.
a 2. Oh, that's terrible. And one
Yeah,
more roll.
that's shocking. 4, 1, and what's the last? What's the last
Terrible.
breath?
7.
7. Okay, not too bad. 12 damage. One of them takes 12 damage. So you watch as Mira steps up, opens her maw, and this blast of ice fans out, striking forwards. One of the cultists is caught full on by this effect, the ice cutting through his clothes and freezing sections of him solid as he cries out in alarm. The one towards the south who ducked behind the barrels is able to use the barrel to provide a bit of cover, but still takes a fair bit of damage from this. Still takes 7 damage. 6 damage from this attack as you blast him with this icy cold. And with Innovating, could you tell me what Innovating does?
So the one who failed makes a con save, DC 15, and then if he fails, he becomes incapacitated until the start of my turn.
15? DC 15?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
14.
No.
Incapacitated. I'll mark
He's
that off.
frozen solid.
The ice that crusts across his chest and arms freezes him still as he sort of like pauses in place. He goes, "What the fuck was that?" Held in place by this ice. Mira, and could you roll me an attack for the fireball towards the one to the north, please, as well? You did it.
Yeah. Fire, yeah, so it's
And
a
your sorcery
fireball.
point to do a
and-
quicken spell.
Yeah, quicken spell. And then can I use my amulet to change it to ice
Yes,
instead
you
of fire?
can. Yes, you
Nice.
can. Absolutely. Oh, it's a cantrip,
Good
though, so
nerve.
nothing fun happens. Okay.
No, nothing fun happens, unfortunately, but I'm using it.
So Mira, as you summon this firebolt, the flames in your hand begin turning blue before setting into this shard of ice. You fling it forwards. 19. It cuts into his chest, carving through as he cries out in alarm. You watch as he gets ready to create this spell to dissipate the fire. And as you throw this firebolt, it changes in the air, the amulet warping it and changing the energy from fire to ice. His spell that he was sort of getting ready to counter this is just cut through, and it spears into his chest as he stumbles back against the wall near the zombie. He sort of lets out this cry, "Oh!" and looks down at this ice shard, pulls it out, takes 13 damage. That is brutal.
That's pretty metal though for taking it out though. That's
Yeah, as he
And
turns
that's-
his eye shut out.
You wouldn't want to do that.
no,
Just
don't do
FYI.
that.
To those playing at home, don't do that. If you
don't
ever
pull
get
that
When a
Fire
Dragonborn
or,
throws a fireball at you and changes its element to ice, you don't
Yeah.
want to pull that eye shut out.
Don't
Very
pull that out.
important.
Leave it in. Leave it in. Darn up
Leave it in,
bandage.
leave it in.
Get
Call the
medical attention.
emergency services. They'll deal with it.
Call your local cleric
Call your
to
local
get rid of it.
cleric.
Yep. Local
Anything else on your turn, Mira, or are you?
I just hid behind Lockie.
So Mira steps up, "Wah, wah," and then steps behind Lockie and goes, "Excuse me, sorry." Shana, you're up next.
I was going to say, you ever had
Yes.
a roll of 21 on his initiative? Don't know why.
Yeah, you did. You got skipped, Yervith. I'll do you now.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah, you did get skipped. How did you get skipped?
I don't know.
Sorry,
Just
that might have
hiding
been
at the bottom
my
there somewhere. No, all good.
You should have actually
No,
been
that's
very
alright.
first off the bat because your dex is higher than the cultists.
That is totally fine. Don't you worry. Cool. So this one at the bottom here is hiding behind some barrels, but
The
I'm
one
going
towards
to
the
try.
south, yeah.
Yeah, I want to try and get a beat on the tiefling boy though. So I'm going to
Jorgen.
move my movement, probably trying to get probably about there, I'd say. You reckon I'd have a beat on him from there, Owen? Or do
Yeah,
you reckon I
definitely.
need to be a bit
Yeah.
closer?
Yervith, as you sort of
sweet.
duck behind Lockie and Mira and emerge only a few feet away from the other side of this barrel, the cult fanatic who's down here gets ready to attack you, and you just ignore him, pulling out your bow, knocking an arrow, flying off.
I'll
Jorgen.
take. Yeah, I'm going to take a shot at Jorgen. Hopefully, do some damage. 17.
As it flies towards Jorgen, he just holds his hand up, flame leaping, and the arrow is just vanished in the air. It is completely wiped out by this flame as it is turned to ash and cinder. He catches the ash in his hands, holds it in his hands, and looks down, then looks back at you, Yervith, giving you a glare.
Take another shot
Intruders
at him.
in this tower are not welcome.
I take another shot at him. Completely undeterred.
Nice.
fuck.
26 is better. As he's holding this ash, the arrow streaks through, cuts across his shoulder. You watch as he looks down at this bleeding shoulder, takes his hand, smears a bit of the blood, mixes it with the ash, and then breathes out as flame leaps back towards you as he does a hellish rebuke. Could
That's
I please
okay.
have a dexterity saving throw, please, Yervith?
Something's going to happen here as well. I'm going to.
It's just
What am I going to do? I'm going to use a reaction and also cast Absorb Elements.
Absorb elements. I wondered that. Absolutely. So you still make the dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
26 is
Is
a
it
pass,
26?
so you'll take half damage. So Yervith, this is good because it's a higher level. So that's going to be 11.
Yep.
See that? Perfect. Oh, that
That's
actually
it.
came through on the thing. There you go. So that's going to be 11 damage, but you halve it, and then you halve it again. So that's
Yep.
halved to 5, and then halved to 2. So you only take 2 fire damage,
Yep.
and then you also get 2 fire damage that you can add to your next attack.
Absolutely.
nice.
And I'm going to. Yeah, I guess I still do damage against him, so I'm going to roll
Yes.
the damage on the lombo shot. So
Yes, please.
It's going to be.
What's it going to be?
10 points of piercing.
Yep.
Plus a d4. 13.
Plus a D. Oh no, the hell should be covered after. Yeah, that's right. Cool. So as the lightning crackles from your bow, as you fire off this other arrow and the lightning crackles around it from your dragon scale bow, it sort of cuts across his skin, leaving this jagged lightning bolt, this scar that burns really quickly. And he grabs his hand against it and looks back and goes, "Interesting. Seems you've stolen some of the powers of the dragon for yourselves. That won't do you at all. Anything else
I'm
on your
not done
turn?
yet. Yervith just, in a low, draconic growl, just says, "Hunt." And he's going to command Eleanor to just rush this guy.
Jorgen, the tiefling.
Yep.
5, 10. So to go round the telescope, she's probably going to have to get close to the cultist, which is does mean they're probably going to get an attack of
That's
opportunity.
fine.
If she goes to the north, she'll
That's
get
fine.
an attack of opportunity. Okay, cool. She can get around that
That's
way.
cool.
I'll do the attack of opportunity. Does
Yep.
a... bear with me. There we go. Does a 19 hit our friend Eleanor?
It will, unfortunately.
Okay, that is going
Okay.
to be... Oh! It's going to be 14 points of damage.
Okay.
14 points of damage as they carve this gash across Eleanor's side as she runs past them. She continues unabated and makes an attack against Jorgen Paul. Jorgen hadn't seen Eleanor, and as she comes barreling out of the darkness, he looks at her and goes, "What is this?"
The true power of the dragon.
Yeah!
Yeah!
You better hit after that. You better hit. 12.
That's a 12.
He just kicks out with this booted foot, and as Eleanor goes to strike him, he kicks her under the jaw, slamming her jaw shut and causing her to sort of like topple backwards. No damage, but does prevent that incoming strike as she emerges from underneath the telescope.
Kill him.
Yeah.
He's dead.
He's dead. He's
Okay,
dead.
sorry,
He's dead.
my bad.
John Wick on his ass.
Just wanted to describe how that. Okay, yep. Shana, your turn.
He kicked
All right.
You kicked my dog, man.
Yeah, you don't
Good
kick
dog.
doggos.
I think. Would I? What to do? Do I have a good line of sight if I on the main guy? If I was to sort of go on this square here, or is it still just slightly obscured by the telescope?
No, that'd be fine there. Yep, if you move down to there, that'd be fine.
Yeah. All right. So she's gonna move there, and she's gonna sort of yell out to the guys. I'm really surprised that you're not more interested in the end of the world. Like, this is your telescope, yeah?
He looks back at you.
Wow.
End of the world. What do you think we're trying to prevent?
Interesting way of going about it, not gonna lie. And then she's going to fire off 3 Eldritch Blasts at him.
Amazing, go for it.
Is the door behind him open still, or did he close the door behind them?
They closed it behind them, yeah.
1,
Natural 1 for a 9.
2.
First Eldritch Blast, 13 misses.
Oh no, what am I rolling?
Oh no.
Oh, there we are.
That's a bit better.
27.
I got 1.
He'll take the 27. Yeah, as this final Eldritch Blast, he catches the first one, pushes it aside, catches the second one, sort of putting it off, and as the third one strikes at his chest, he just wasn't expecting you to have 3 blasts. Excellent, 10 damage as this Eldritch Blast streaks through. I think your Eldritch Blasts look almost like a bit of it's like a shadowy purple color, isn't it?
Lightning purple, dark.
Lightning purple.
Little bars.
Nice, yeah.
And if it can, like, just push him into the wall. I know it can't knock him back, but, like, I at least want him to be, like, up against the wall kind of thing.
Yep, okay. He just, like, it stumbles against the wall and sort of stumbles forward again, looks at Eleanor, looks at you, sort of trying to decide who the bigger threat is, then decides Mira. Anything else in your turn, Shana?
Yep, I'm going to bonus action quicken. Can I quicken a second round of Eldritch Blast, or does it have to be a different cantrip?
I believe it has to be a different cantrip. I'll double
You
check.
can twin spell.
You can twin
You
spell
can't
that.
twin spell multi-hits.
Multi hits.
No.
Oh yeah, your Eldritch Blast is multi. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah,
You
because
can't
there
do the
is-
same.
I know there is like a combo though with Eldritch Blast and the Sorcerer's Meta Magic. I just don't
Yeah,
remember
so
which
the-
one.
I'll have
So
to
you can,
have a look
you can
into
only
it.
use one
What
meta
we
magic
can-
option on a spell when you cast it, so you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do it post
Okay.
casting it. Right. So she needed to do it before she cast Eldritch Blast?
I don't think you can do double. Let me have a look.
Yeah.
Cast.
It's all good. I'm just gonna Hexblade Curse instead.
Alright, I won't
As
stand
bonus
behind
action.
the zombies, by the way.
Just
Oh
walk
no,
up,
you can.
warlock
You can
shenanigans.
do a cantrip.
You can-
Yes, you can. You can cast
can?
two cantrips.
Oh.
Yes, you
I
can.
thought so.
Well,
There's a whole,
I did it all the
meta
time.
magic thing about that. That's what a
Yeah,
coffee
you
lot
can
is.
cast 2 cantrips. It's just 2 spells.
In
you
that
can
case, second round of 3 Eldritch Blasts going this way.
Eldritch Blast, yeah.
So you're not twinning it. You
That-
can't twin
no.
it, but you can a quicken
can
spell
quicken.
and do it
Yeah.
again. Yes, you can. Cantrips is allowed. 20's going to hit. He's going to shield this. Nah, he's not happy about these. You watch as this spell flies towards him. He holds up his hand, and this shield of energy crackles out, blocking these attacks. 20 and 21. Yeah, no, blocking 2 of them was worth it. Yeah, he needed to do that. And as he holds up this shield around him, blocking these blasts, the last one, the natural 1, just dissipates the second it touches the shield, Shana.
So, just one more question.
Yes.
When is Shield a reaction?
Shield's a reaction.
And so is Hellish Rebuke. Did he use?
He's
does he get
using something
more than one
special.
reaction? Ah, okay.
He's
Sweet.
got something special. Yeah.
I was gonna say, does he get a reaction because he used your action on me?
So, no, so this isn't. So this thing he's.
Oh, this is something else.
This is something else.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mechanically it's the same as him casting a shield spell, but it's something a bit different.
Okay, it's something else. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, something a bit different.
Nice.
Yeah, if he was a normal enemy, then no, he would not be able to do 2 reactions. He's something a bit spicy. Anything else on your turn, Shana?
Thank you.
Jin, you're up next, buddy.
Okay, so I'm not going to stand behind the zombies, which was what I was actually going to do.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
So I'm going to move over here for now. I'm going to try and start taking out some of the little guys first. This one here, actually, is he prone?
He's not prone, but he is incapacitated.
Uh-huh. Wait, what's that mean for me then?
So incapacitated means you have, I believe you have advantage against him, and he has, he can't move or speak, is unaware of his surroundings, and you have attack rolls against the creature have, he just can't take actions or reactions. That's it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to deal with this bottom one first. Actually, which is the one that has this sword, this axe up at the moment?
One towards the north near the zombie. Oh, no, sorry, the one towards the south. Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to target him then. I'm going to do a bonus action spiritual weapon behind him.
What would you like your spiritual weapon to be? I'm guessing your classic dark sword?
Yeah. The shadowy dark sword, the katana.
It'd be funny if it was just a flaming axe, like his.
I'm going to say one... Oh, just copy his thing.
Yeah, just copy his thing.
I want to say that one thing, though. Like, the shadowy axe... Probably... the sword probably manifests a bit of Jin's, like, personality at the moment. I'm going to say there's, like... Because I have been sort of diverging a little bit, it's still got, like, the shadowy, wispy, like, blackness to it, but there is some... There's, like, almost like it can... Just like a semblance of light around it, as if like there's almost like a change of heart going on.
Yeah, so it's no longer dripping black shadow. The blade itself has taken on this more metallic color, this much more natural looking sword color. The hilt is still wrapped in black fabric, but the blade itself doesn't leak that black shadow like it normally does.
Alright. Anyway, I'm going to do a bonus action attack and swing into his back.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
So do D20.
Nice.
That's 7 plus 9 though, so that goes to 16.
16 is just enough.
Sweet. And it is a D8 plus 5.
8 plus 5. Roll me the damagios.
Plus 5, 11 force damage.
7 plus 6 is 13.
Oh, no, 6 plus 5. It's just damage.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting confused. 6 plus 5. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, difference between hitting the damage.
Thank you.
11
force damage.
So he might have to do a constitution throw as well.
He does need to do a concentration check. That is a 19. That's a pass.
That's cool because I'm now going to pump 3 Eldritch Blasts into him.
Nice.
As a cantrip as an action.
Absolutely.
Alright, so...
the 13 will hit, the 5 won't, the 13
9.
will. Yeah.
Yeah, so the 2 13s will hit.
2 13s will both hit, absolutely. Because that's, plus...
And these are plus 5 as well.
15 damage,
15
9 damage,
and
19
9
damage. Amazing. As these 2 Eldritch Blasts strike through, the third one just going high overhead, you carve off a large chunk of his... You actually watch as one of his arms is broken by this force damage. You hear this sudden crack, and he falls uselessly against his side as he looks up and goes, begins having a bit of a panic.
And then I'm going to try... Can I actually go there? And,
Yeah, you can move back. Of course you can.
Yeah,
just move
I'll
back.
try and go like the very back of the wall.
Yeah.
Cool. That's my bonus action done, and my main action done, so...
Lockie.
Yep, then.
All
It's
right.
over to you now.
Lockie's going to pull out his little necklace that looks like a gyroscope on the end of a golden string. And he's going to spin it again. And this time, instead of going for time, he's going to go for gravity. And old mate over here is going to make a Constitution 18 save.
Is that Jorgen, sorry? Jorgen?
That is, yes.
It's Jorgen. Constitution 18 save. That is a... 18! Oh, I'm so sorry. 18, he just makes it.
Damn it.
I'm so sorry. Man, that is clutch.
Yeah, that was clutch. But that's all right. Not going to do much else then. I'm just going to stick where I am.
Damn.
So I'm going to try that again some other time.
I like how this. In a moment of weakness, I described him fending off a bite attack by like kicking at the jaw, and now everyone's like, kill the dog slayer, kill the dog hunter. Hunt down the dog kicker. I respect it. I respect it. It's only fair. I deserve this.
It's all right.
Does anything activate Lockie, or because he passed?
No, he passed, so nothing happens.
Oh, sorry, mate. That's
all right. That's all right. Always.
Anything else on your turn, Lockie?
Nah.
Okay.
I've still got my 10 points from last time. So
nice. Alrighty, Shivers and the zombie army. Shivers, you're up next.
Just quickly,
That sounds like a good band.
did that guy at the bottom pass his second Constitution saving throw?
Oh, I'll roll for the second one. Thank you. Actually, I need to make because each Eldritch Blast counts as a separate hit, so I should probably roll
So
for each.
15 and
I'll roll
9.
2 more. That's a fail. It's gone.
Perfect. Nice.
Good remembrance.
Thank you.
Shivers and the zombies.
Shivers
and the Shamblers.
Oh!
Got the bands. That's a t-shirt. That's going to be your like t-shirt. Shivers.
That's awesome. I want that.
on the store soon.
So I am going to kind of sidle around this guy who can't take an attack of opportunity, can he? Because he used it.
That top one. Has he used his
on Eleanor?
Yes, he has. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to move over here, and then I'm going to cast. What am I casting? Blindness, deafness at 3rd level.
On Jorgen, absolutely.
Yep. On Jorgen, and also on, because at a high level I can cast it on multiple. So Jorgen and the guy that is that I just went past.
Okay, perfect. So the northmost cultist and Jorgen, absolutely.
That's right. So that's a con save of 15.
I will roll those right now. That is a fail from the cultist. 17 from Jorgen. Wow, Jorgen's rolls are amazing tonight. He's got very high constitution, I should also say. So any of these con saves, he just seems to be powering through. But the cultist at the top, so you going for blindness or deafness?
Blindness. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then with my bonus action, I get to make...
describe your blindness spell because I really like it. It's really
cool. So Shivers' hands go out different directions, pointing at these two, and his head kind of like tips back, and his eyes turn like this milky white of like, you know, old fish where it gets that cloudy cataract over it.
Nice.
And the dust almost like out of an urn, like a you know,
it's like ash.
Thank you. Yeah, kind of manifests and comes down his face and then shoots out at the cultist and old mate.
The tiefling Jorgen catches it with a shield, blocking it, but the cultist takes this full in the face, and you watch as his eyes take on the same milky colour as Shivers once were. And as he sort of like fumbles around and accidentally touches one of the zombies, he recoils in horror, not being able to see where he is or what he's doing.
Cool. It's about to get a lot worse for him because my zombie's going to crowd around him.
Great. So then you use your bonus action to command the zombies. Yeah.
Use my bonus action, bring all of my buddies in. And they are all going to attack him.
Yep, you use your bonus action to command. So they work as zombies. Do you want me to get the stats open for the zombies? And
I've got them up.
You got it?
Yeah,
nice.
I've got it.
Good.
So they can do a slam attack.
Yep.
I'll just do, I guess I'll do all of that.
Which is hilarious. Thinking about zombies just like that. Just bang it in the guts.
As they run up. Roll me some attacks.
It should have come through. Did it come through?
Can't see anything yet.
Oh, no.
I can now.
Maybe...
Sorry, they've just come to me. So 21 is going to hit, 7 damage. Take that off as the first zombie strikes. 7 is a miss, 20 is a hit, 7 more damage. Natural 1 for a 4 is a miss. So Tibbles, the reanimated sea hag, does this strike against him, and then the one behind gets another strike. The other two missing as the cultist sort of like flails around, being smashed back by these strikes.
That's it, and that's my turn.
Awesome. Jorgen is not liking any of this. His shield now at the end of his turn, his shield will dissipate. He looks out across the group of you. Very strange. Wasn't expecting you to put up so much of a fight. Severin did warn me about you a lot, though. Should have been more prepared. Never mind. And he holds out his hand, and this tiny little mote of fire coalesces as these embers begin forming around his hand. Mira, use your reaction to counterspell. What level are you counterspelling?
I know what that is.
What level are you counterspelling? What level are you counterspelling?
Let's do 5th level.
Whoa! 5th level. Oh shit!
Wow.
Son. That is enough. Devastating.
Just look around Nocky, I'm like, nope.
As he goes to some of this mote of fire, Mira just looks and goes, no, I know that. I know. Nope. Mira, you sort of clench your hand, and this ice, this ice coalesces around his hand, freezing his hand shut and preventing him summoning this fiery energy. He looks down at his hand, looks back at you. Fear suddenly starting to appear in his eyes. He is then going to try and back out of this door. Eleanor gets an attack of opportunity, if Eleanor would like to take it. Obviously, that was him casting Fireball.
Yeah, that's a big old nope.
That's a 16.
16's enough. Yeah. Oh no, his shield goes down at the end of his action. So no, he still would be protected because his shield's up until the end of his action. So as he ducks out of the door and disappears from view, the shield then will drop at the end of his turn.
Cool.
Yervith, you're up first.
Can I still see him at all?
No, he's disappeared and closed the door behind him. You watch as he disappears through the doorway. It's almost like he doesn't want to get shot with any more arrows.
Yeah, funny about that. Can I get to the doorway and open it?
Yeah, of course you can.
Cool. Is it an action to open the door?
No, that's reaction. I allow that as part of the movement. I'll open the door for you. As you pull open the door and look through the entryway, I'll open it like a proper door. Hey, there you go. So as you look through and peer through,
I can see him now.
You can see him like cowering on the balcony, looking over the edge of this balcony. And as you open the door, he turns around and goes, "Stay back, and I won't have to hurt you."
You're not going anywhere. Yervith says with a bit of anger, a bit of guile there. He is going to cast, kind of ruined his plans a little bit with him moving into this room. But he's actually going to cast silence on. He's going to try and cast silence on him, but we'll see how we go.
Okay.
This is a new spell. Yervith hasn't used this before.
No. So this is Yervith. You're calling deep on your bond with Eleanor. Deep on your Drake Warden bond.
Yeah.
And as you reach deep within you, you don't really have words for what you're doing. You just want to stop him being able to cast spells. And as you focus and reach out, something awakens within you. This magic suddenly activates. I believe I make a Constitution saving throw or a Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Let me see what happens.
Pretty sure silence is a Wisdom save.
It's not. For the duration, no sound can be created within the pass.
Oh, it just activates.
20-foot radius. It just activates.
You just reach out, and suddenly this massive dome appears around the outside of the balcony. This giant sphere, essentially. Yeah. As Jorgen goes to continue speaking, you just watch his mouth moving in empty air.
Yeah, I just say, enough. And then just...
silent. For those inside the bubble, this faint ringing is the only thing you can hear inside your ears.
How big is the bubble?
It's off the side of the balcony.
It's a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius.
But it's in a point that I choose, so I can have it. So it just.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm assuming he pointed it on Jorgen and picked Jorgen as the starting point for this effect. That's what I'm kind of assuming. Anything else?
He's doing it so it's not going to be of a disadvantage to anyone else.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's gonna burn his action.
Flustered, guys.
Eleanor.
It's tense.
He's gonna burn his action Eleanor to get in there and start chomping.
Oh, fantastic. Eleanor runs through the open doorway, charging towards Jorgen. As Eleanor enters into the zone of quiet, suddenly all sound ceases. Cries of alarm, the groans of the zombies, the clash of metal. Silence is all Eleanor can hear. Make me an attack. 19's going to hit.
Maybe.
Just so that I know, are we doing lethal or non-lethal?
Oh, man. I think... I mean, Yervith... Oh, God. This is a hard one. I have a mind to be non-lethal damage, because I think he's an important person. So I think I would be slightly holding back. He's probably an important member of the cult, and I think Yervith would, obviously kind of wants to do some damage on him, but at the same time realizes that he's probably a pretty important character.
I mean, this dude kicked your dragon dog.
That's true. He's gonna fucking kill him.
One quick death is not enough.
That's true.
I did not describe that.
He's dead.
I did not describe that.
No, he's dead. Sorry, guys. He's dead.
Okay.
Yep. Lethal damage. Let's go, baby.
Okay. Just wanted to double check. I was going to say, like, maybe one quick death isn't enough for him, but never mind. Carry on. 7 damage.
I mean, I heard the whimper and.
You don't need to kill him.
Whimper. Lockie's describing this. That didn't happen.
That was bad. Anyway, it's 7 points of piercing and 1 point of poison damage.
Alrighty.
Can you try and keep him alive? I want to ask him more about the stars.
He kicked my dog. Shana. He kicked my dragon.
No, if you kill him now, then you could torture him for kicking your dog. See, everyone's a win-win.
Fine. Shivers will just bring him back.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Zombies can't ask questions about my stars.
Speak with dead can.
It's okay. Let her ask the question, and then you can kill him.
Anything else in your turn, Yervith?
No, that's okay.
Cult fanatics. The one who is blinded is going to lash out with his knife, not knowing what the hell is going on around him. He has disadvantage to hit your zombies, Raph. That is going to be a 4. I'm guessing that's a miss.
We're armor class of 8.
Yep, and that is going to be a... Oh, this one's 11. This one's going to hit. Can you please take off 9 points of health from the zombie? Let's just say it's the one closest to him that he hits to the north. So I'll mark off 9. I'll mark off 9.
Thanks.
And what's their maximum hit points? I think from memory zombies are like 18 or something.
I can let you know 22.
22. Okay. Yeah, when it gets to 22, I'll let you know. The other cult fanatic who is incapacitated at the end of his turn is no longer incapacitated. And the one down the bottom who has Jin's katana near him is going to... Yeah, Lockie, Shana, and Mira are all nice and close together. He throws out his hands and you watch as this spray of dark Icarus liquid flies towards you. Could I please have dexterity saving throws from the 3 of you? Lockie, Mira, and Shana. Not happy about that.
That's a
Oh
1.
no, that's not good.
Natural 1 from Mira for a 3. 19 from Lockie is a save. Shana, 4. Oh no. Okay, Shana and Mira are taking full damage. Lockie, you're taking half. What was that? Sorry, Shana?
This isn't a spell, is it?
It's a spell, yeah.
Does it count as my advantage? Advantage against spells?
You are Yuan-Ti, you have advantage against spell effects. This would count.
What type of damage is it?
Necrotic.
Nope.
Balls.
Is that a problem?
Yep.
No, not a problem. It's just I don't have resistance against that.
Shana, 17 is a pass, so you're going to take half damage. Mira, you're the only one taking full damage on this. I'm sorry about that. It's going to be 19 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. That's alright.
It's not too bad. Shana and Lockie, you're both taking half of that, which is 9.
Check out my
9?
health, guys. Yeah.
What's your health? What is it? I can't see it.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay. If
Nice.
you say so. That's the cult fanatics full go. Mira, you're up next.
Alright. I see him run out, and I don't hear anything from down
There's suddenly
there.
silence.
Down the way. I kind of look around at everyone and go, "We want him alive."
I
Preferably.
don't mind.
I
It's
think
all the
it's
same
worth
to me.
to get some intel, I think, Mira. But personally, keep him alive.
Okay.
If it's all the same, I have a spell that is here to extract information, and I very much need to know more about what they know about Hadar.
Understood.
And then Matt can kill them. So Yervith can kill them.
Yes, my dear.
Do you trust
You
me?
did hit Eleanor.
With my life.
All right. I will throw up a wall of ice, and I will pull Lockie through it and cast Dimension Door.
Oh shit! Okay.
Whoa!
Nice. As Mira throws her arms in the air, this crackling ice forms into this large open doorway, and as the ice then begins shattering in the center, the image through the ice is not the room on the other side of the ice, it is the balcony. Lockie and Mira step through, appearing on the balcony right next to Jorgen.
You don't hear anything though. It's very quiet.
No, as you guys step in, suddenly it's silent, and there's this faint ringing in your ears is the only sound you can hear.
Okay. And then I will use another sorcery point to quicken Frostbite on him.
Does it involve a verbal component, Mira?
Does it?
Verbal.
Yes, it does. So no.
Sorry.
Won't. That's okay. Oh, all right, that's all I do, I guess.
Okay. Okay, no.
Oops. Oopsie.
As Mira, you rush in, and then you go to cast this spell, and as you open your mouth moving, no magic is summoned, and you look down at your hand, and then there's this moment of, fuck, that's how magic works. Shit.
Okay.
Shana.
You just need to mouth it.
Yeah, Shana,
So-
you are up next.
She's really hoping that he's going to be left alive because she very much wants to know more about Hadar. But she's like, everyone else has kind of left the room, so I guess I'm on cleanup today. And so she's going to start on this guy here and start with firing off Eldritch Blast until he dies, or she runs out of blast. One or the other.
Roll the dice. Let's have the first attack.
We got Uno.
12 is not enough as it blasts over his head and strikes the stone.
I am not rolling well
10.
today.
Like I said,
Second
one of those
blast
months.
strikes the stone. 21. Roll me some damage. 21 hits as it strikes into his chest. He's thrown bodily against the edge of the barrel that he was trying to hide behind. This could be bad. 13. Shana, how do you want to do this?
Nice.
Can she just as he gets thrown back into the wall, can it sort of be like the force into that, just sort of, in anime when they partially and then they go further into the wall and it's just a perfect crack around their outline?
Yeah. You watch as the blast craters him into the wall, and he's sort of half sunken into the wall, and his head's broken back as his neck is split in half. Yes.
Whoa.
I will mark him off. Anything else on your turn, Shana?
Do I have any bonus actions? Not really usable ones. So I think she's just going to reposition a little bit closer to Yervith and have a better line of sight on the other dude.
Okay, nice. Anything else on your turn? Alrighty, Jin, you're up next, buddy.
Oh no, I just accidentally closed Roll20 on this laptop.
That's alright.
Oh, no.
There's a cult
okay.
fanatic 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 meters away from you. 25 feet away from you, I should say. 5 meters away from you. How do you want to do this?
Now, give me a sec. I'll be right back in real quick.
Okay, easy. Lockie, do you know what you're doing on your turn as well?
I do.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing anyway. I'll roll through it pretty quick.
Awesome.
Alright. Alright, so can you please move the spiritual weapon up to that closest
Next one.
cultist?
Yep, absolutely. Your dark sword, this katana, flies towards the second cultist. Yep.
And then, so bonus action, make an attack with that. So that's 8 plus 9 to hit, so...
That's going to hit, yes, 17.
And then d8 damage. 8 to 13
Oh!
13 damage is very, very nice. As this summoned sword, this spectral blade, cuts through his armor and cloth, carving deep into his flesh. He cries out in pain. Anything else on your turn, Jin?
And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast him. I'll probably move maybe here to get a better view.
Nice.
Yep. And then I'll just Eldritch Blast him.
Yeah, go for it.
So that's 9 plus...
That's going to hit. 9 plus 9 is 18.
Yep, cool. And then do another one. Oh, that's net
Natural
20.
20. Don't even bother rolling damage. That's enough. Whatever, because it's going to be doubled, so it's going to be a D10 plus what you roll. That's enough. How do you want to do this? You can roll if you want for the stats, but you've got him.
Yep. Oh, well, just roll anyway to see the
Let's see,
kill.
hey?
Just punch him.
So that's an 8 and a 2. So the first one's like 8 plus
18.
like 5. And
Plus 5,
the
so
other one's
23.
12 plus 5. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's down.
So
Yeah.
basically the sword will come in, sort of come from behind, pierce through his like side where his kidney would be, and then the Eldritch Blast just bang bang come in, hit him square in the chest, and then there's just these like large crater size sort of holes in his chest.
And the cult fanatic drops. These simultaneous attacks too much for him to handle as he just drops to the ground like a marionette with its strings cut. Anything else on your turn, Jin?
I have one more beam, so I'm going to send it over to this dude.
It's the blind guy, yeah, absolutely.
Is that advantage or no?
If he's blinded,
He's blind.
I think it might be. Let's have a quick look. Yes, attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
No. Oh, thank God. So that's 12 plus 9.
That's going to hit.
Oh, bummer. That meant all my zombies
Your
should have had a
zombies
second
Had
hit.
advantage.
Seven.
Yeah. Do you want to roll that now, actually?
So 7 plus 5, 12 force damage.
12 force damage? Yep, absolutely.
I'll just roll it for the 2 that missed.
Yeah, that's a good idea. See if those zombies take it out. Oh my god, is that 2 crits in a row?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. The zombies,
I didn't see that update on mine.
don't even bother rolling the damage. You has
my.
rolled it. So that's a d6. So 6 plus 6 is 12, and then 5 plus 6. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the 2 zombies, like as this last beam flies towards the zombie, the light triggers the 2 zombies who just immediately begin flailing at this cultist, and he is just beaten to death by these 2 zombies as they just start striking him, triggered by this beam that is activated by Jin.
Jesus.
Wow.
Shit.
It's like Walking Dead-esque.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anything else on your turn, Jin?
I'm just going to move my last 15 feet.
Awesome.
Cool. That's my turn
Wow,
done.
that is brutal. Next up is Lockie. Your turn.
Okay. So I have a question. So the silence field on this
Yes.
dude, does that cover the whole balcony that we're on?
Whole balcony. It's 20 foot, so it's massive. It actually extends offwards into space.
Okay.
Not into space,
Right.
but into the empty
Yeah.
air around the tower.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go with plan B. So what he's going to do instead is he's going to power up his mech suit, and he's just going to grab the guy and just wrench him up and hold him up against the glass as if he's going to push him through.
Shit, okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to get you to roll me a grapple check, please, which is your strength
Sweet.
Yep.
plus your...
So that...
Yep.
Oh, sorry?
No, you go, carry on.
It's not strength, I don't think. It's his intelligence.
Well, it'll be
you get
this
to use
plus...
your-
It'll be this, yeah, with this plus 4. So what I roll here plus 4.
Yep.
13
Plus
plus
17, that's enough.
All right, so he's going to hold, and he's going to sort of like start pressing him against the glass as if he's going to shatter him through. He can't say anything because he's silent, but he's just holding him there.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
still terrifying, though.
Ned style.
It's pretty good. Although
That's
before, so that's to hit. So it's he now gets to make an attack to try and get out of that. Not an attack, but he gets to make a dexterity,
Yeah.
an athletics, or an acrobatics check to try and get out of that. I will see if he does. If you're successful in this grapple, he fucking are. Yep. 9 is not going to be enough. Lockie just picks him up and holds him in the air against the crystal ceiling. Anything else on your turn,
Hell
Lockie?
yeah.
You say anything? Oh, it's silent. Doesn't matter.
I can't say anything. He's just going to stare at him mercilessly while his cogs tick over and he gets his health shield back.
Nice.
Cool.
I like the idea of like as the cogs tick, Lockie's grip becomes tighter and tighter
Oh,
around
yeah,
his
like,
throat.
yeah.
Like a ratchet.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not even clicking. There's no audible noise. It's just
It's just
it's just
silence.
incrementally getting tighter and tighter.
Yeah. It's almost more terrifying. Anything else on your turn, Lockie, or is that all you'd like to do?
No, that's it.
Alrighty, Shivers, you're up last. I'm gonna kind of call it here with Jorgen grappled and silenced, and all of the cultists dead. I don't need to be an initiative anymore. So I will actually drop us out there, Shivers, unless there was something you specifically wanted to do while in initiative. But
No, we're good.
okay, I will drop us out of initiative. As Lockie holds Jorgen high in the air, Yervith, you can feel your silence is still in effect, this spell holding the words away. Jorgen thrashes against this grapple, trying to get out of it. And then his arms drop. And he holds his hands up in the air.
Nice.
Shana walk up to them with the, and sort of, as she's doing so, pulling out the stone from her component pouch.
Yes. Yes, Shana. Yes, you can.
Do it.
As you
And so,
step out.
with, with Lockie still holding them.
Yes.
Lockie, could you just drop him down just within reach? Sorry, I've got this
Lockie,
item.
You say this, no one can hear anything.
But I see her gesturing down, so it's like...
The rest of the stream will be in silence.
Yervith kind of catches on what's happening and just voluntarily just turns the silence off.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Yervith. So, I've got this knowledge transfer stone, and, well, I mean, quite frankly, I don't believe that he'll give us the information that we need truthfully. So I was thinking about using it.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I have no interest in dying here today. I've never heard of this knowledge transfer stone. Never heard anything about a knowledge transfer stone before, but it sounds similar to a brain drain. I'm not interested. You want to know information? Fine. I'm not married to the cult. Not what they've become with Severin. Put me down. Come inside, we can talk. I'm assuming you've killed all of my subordinates.
I don't think we should let him inside. I think
Yeah, I
staying on
wouldn't
the
put him down
balcony
now.
is a very good idea.
Lucky, you're right, just still holding him, aren't you? We can interrogate him here, can't we?
I do not get tired.
Well then, good friend.
His hands are still like held up above his head at this point.
The floor is yours. Do you want to start at the beginning, or do you want us to ask you specific questions?
I'm happy to start at the beginning. Severin sent the Blue Dragon Mask to Iskander and I to investigate. Iskander got himself poisoned, stupid enough to let one of the lower downs, some unknown threat to poison him, got spooked. I'm assuming that's when he sent you, and he nods at you, Shivers. I'm assuming that's when he sent you out to go and fetch the rest of these adventurers. So
I
spits it
will
in his
neither
mouth.
confirm or deny this.
We are more than just adventurers.
Mercenaries, then, whatever you choose to call yourselves. Severin's no fool. He knows that the cult don't follow him out of loyalty. They follow him out of blind devotion. But he doesn't fully trust Tiamat. That's why he asked us to examine the mask. But unfortunately, you Tabaxi did not live up to your reputation. Your master, Depths, was unable to tell us anything informative from the mask.
The research that you've been doing with this telescope?
Research. This is left over from the mage who used to operate here. I believe his name
This
was
isn't
Zonfa.
yours.
It's not my telescope. More than happy to use it, but it's not my telescope. It was created by the mage Zonthal. Used to manage this tower.
Do you know anything about the progress of Hadar's travels?
Hadar? Is that the darkness that swallows stars?
Yes, it's actually quite a close translation.
Not heard that name before, but I've glanced up at the night sky often enough. We've been offered salvation from it. Only one god has the power to stave off darkness. Mistress of Fire
Unfortunately, it's not
herself.
Tiamat.
You really think Tiamat, the most powerful of the betrayer gods, is unable to defeat this creature?
Tiamat, the most powerful of betrayer gods that have been sealed for how long now?
You don't know your history. And he looks over at Mira, gives her a bit of a look. You are most disappointed in. How do you not know about the betrayal of Tiamat?
Do I know? Like, I only know what's been written in that book.
Yeah.
That was recently, right?
Yes, that's right.
I've heard the story
Indeed.
She was a scapegoat, yes. If you wish to expand on my knowledge, I'm all ears, always.
Tiamat was not siding with the rest of them. Asmodeus, Bane, Bar, Merkel. She wasn't interested in what they were offering. Her goal, raising dragons and dragonborn up. The original inhabitants of this land, after the giants, of course. The oldest of the races here. Made weak, powerless by their devotion to Bahamut. Platinum Dragon. Dragons you see now have but a fraction of their old power. On their home plane, they ravaged the skies, broke the land, raised and fell seas and mountains. Here, they're trapped in these weak forms. Tiamat sought to free them. For that, she was sealed away, betrayed by her own daughter.
Do I know Tiamat's daughter?
You've never heard of a reference to Tiamat's daughter before. That is very much like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Mm.
I haven't heard of. That's the piece of my history missing.
A mortal creature took the form of a dragonborn, holding but a fraction of her power.
What happened to her?
She died.
Tell us more about this dragonborn, this daughter of Tiamat. Do you know what she looked like in her life?
Oh, yes. Descriptions of her are quite specific. And the signs to look for her return as well.
Owen,
Yes.
how old is the body in the crypt?
Really
in the catacombs?
old.
Exactly what I was.
Really old.
Exactly what I was.
I kind of flashed Shivers a look as if to say, "Do not make any. Don't you? Don't."
To think this entire section of the plot line started with a random question from Mira that I improvised around, and then I have rewritten so much since then. This is better than what I had planned originally. This is better.
Interesting. Interesting myth I haven't heard of, neither of anyone else. How is this have anything to do with... Why are you even here?
Why am I here? The cults have held this tower since before Severin's corruption of it. I'm no fan of Severin. I served the cult back in the old days, when they raised Dracoliches, when we were allied to the Red Wizards of the Thay. We've fallen so very far. Yes, we've gained power. We've lost our way.
I see. That's what the others were doing downstairs. The old rituals.
Indeed. We've lost a lot of the magic, a lot of the knowledge. I was hoping to extract it from these necromancers when they were finished examining the mask. I see you're quite accomplished at raising the dead. Do you think you could apply your talents to dragons? He looks directly at you, Shivers.
I mean, yes, but I think we might need to make our catacombs a little bit larger. I don't think that they would fit.
So obsessed.
Plus the clay might be a little bit not airborne. Can't imagine that working.
This is true. I mean, they're not. Yes, this is true. Yes, that would be a weird situation. Do dragon souls come back as dragons, or could they come back as any species? Oh,
You tell us.
Could any species come back as a dragon?
Surely you jest. Dragons are unique. They hold slivers of power. Their souls are fragments of the power of gods themselves. Dragons only come back as dragons.
And how would it be to unlock the power of dragons again, if you had your way?
My way? I'm not interested in Tiamat and her games. I'm not interested in any of that. I'm just telling you the cult's dogma. You seemed interested, so I chose to share.
You're interested in skeletal dragons and dracoliches. For what? For what purpose? For what reason?
Power. You're telling me you haven't seen the power of a dragon? They got that part right. Dragons.
Oh, I've seen the power of a dragon. I've seen what they've done to cities.
You seem to hold the power of a small dragon in your hands. That little one. No, we're interested in the power that we can get from them. Dragons leave behind fine vessels, corpses. Seems a shame to waste them.
I believe there is other ways of attaining the power that you seek, less nefarious and dark ways.
Oh, I'm aware.
Then we are at an impasse then.
I would like to add that just bringing things back from the dead doesn't have to be evil. I would like to hope that I am changing people's opinions on that every day.
Oh, no, Shivers. I meant no disrespect to your craft.
I'll be honest, look at these zombies, though. They have googly eyes. How can they be evil?
Of course. They're quite charming, actually. No, Shivers. I did not mean any disrespect. I meant, obviously, with such control over the fallen, is what he says. He craves power, controlling the dragons. It's one way around it, I guess.
Yes, that is sacrilege, absolutely.
Sacrilege. You lot of hemmed in, broken by your sense of morality. Open your eyes. This world doesn't give two shits if you're good or if you're bad.
No, but the people in it need to.
Why? Is everyone gonna dance and sing, do what they're supposed to? Or do you need to protect yourself in times of trouble?
I actually like dancing and singing every now and again. It's quite therapeutic, and it's actually half of my magic. So
yeah, and I notice you still carry a dirty great sword.
Where?
Ooh. The summoned one that disappeared when you stopped concentrating on it.
I don't see any sword. I'm looking around the room. It's
just
gone.
because it's made of magic and you summon it and disappear, it doesn't make it not. I know how a spiritual weapon works.
So when you said before that you wanted to save the world...
I don't give two shits about the world. I'm telling you what the cult are trying to do. They're convinced that whatever is swallowing the stars, this darkness, only Tiamat can stop it. That's Severin's line. How do you think he got so many people to work with him?
Fear of...
I really don't like this guy.
I'm starting to not like him either. If we let you live and you leave here, where will you go?
I'm not going anywhere. This is my tower. Cultists who were here were under my command. I've been ordered to stay here. I will do so. Try and build up a group that I can help challenge Severin. Get back control of my order of dragons. Not this rubbish with Tiamat.
I don't think that we can keep you alive at this point.
I was never planning on it. I'm sorry, Shivers.
Well, luckily that's not
we need to make sure that
you.
the knowledge was complete anyway.
Luckily that's not up to you. And you watch as out of his chest, suddenly appearing in front of him, bursts a drake. Very similar to Eleanor, appearing as if from nowhere. Lockie, can I have you please make me a strength saving throw? It's summoned right in the space between him and Lockie.
Oh, okay, I was getting alien vibes.
Alien vibes, no. Lockie, can I please have...
Yep, this is +4 as well. Just
10 plus 4?
14. Yeah.
The drake pushes against you, Lockie. You're sent sprawling backwards as you drop Jorgen. He throws himself off the balcony of the tower as the drake jumps over the top of Lockie. That is attacks of opportunity for Mira, Eleanor, and Shivers if they choose to take them.
And me?
Shooting?
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
I'm going to allow it.
I was going to say, because Shana was originally talking to him, would he be within range of an Eldritch Blast trio? 120 feet.
He was until he dropped backwards off the balcony. Literally, he just leant back and then just dropped over the side. You guys didn't bind his hands. You weren't pulling him away from the balcony.
Yeah,
He literally
that's fair.
just, as this Drake jumped out, he just yeeted himself backwards off the tower.
Yeah.
We're talking a fraction of a second to try and get that Eldritch Blast out. So, yeah, Mira, Lockie, Eleanor, Shivers all have attacks of opportunity against the Drake as he summons it into being right in front of you.
Can I look over the balcony as well?
Yeah.
Not straight away, but you can in a second.
All right.
Yeah.
Just a heads up. I have Warcaster, so my attack can be my reaction can be a spell.
Yes.
I'm going to spin the thing again. I'm going to cast. It's the 18 con save.
Okay, I'll make an 18 con save.
Oh, wait, are you doing what I think you're doing?
Yep.
Yep. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so
If this
that's a
works.
fail on the con save. The 24 for the Drake Companion hits. The con save is a fail.
All right. So what happens is gravity suddenly reverses underneath him and pulls it back up onto the tower.
The Drake is the attack of opportunity, not Jorgen. Jorgen drops off the side of the tower, disappearing.
Oh, okay.
from
Well,
view.
that's
still going to work.
That's fine.
And it's going to pull him away from Jorgen, so the Drake's going to be up on the tower, sitting next to us. I was going to let Jorgen fall.
Perfect. You watch as Jorgen disappears. 6 seconds later, the Drake vanishes.
Yep.
As you guys peer over the side of the tower, you can see Jorgen. Like, this tower is huge. 6 seconds is not enough to fall all the way to the ground, but he was fucking close. As you watch, Jorgen summons the Drake underneath him and is spread-eagled on this thing as it swoops down and appears underneath him, taking off as fast as it can away from the tower.
That sucks.
How far away is he when we get
So
eyes
he
on
falls at full speed and the Drake takes off. He's at least 140 feet, 150 feet by the time this happens.
Damn.
100 feet per round.
Yeah. And with
I
that acceleration
really
as
wanted to
well
make
coming
Dan
out
out
of the
of him.
dive.
That sucks. That would have been cool.
But the damage against the Drake almost was enough to take it out. But again, like, not a problem as a Drake Warden. He can summon the Drake. Again,
He's a
same
Drake
as with-
Warden. Uh-oh.
He is. That
And my
sucks.
favorite bit, none of you rolled a single insight against anything he said. My favorite thing that you guys have done is stop asking for insight checks. I love it. Please. It's
I'm
the
gonna
best.
use the stone.
I can just
Oh, yeah.
lie to you and you will just be like, oh yeah.
You
Not
get
that I
caught
was-
up in the lore. It's like, yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah. You're too good of a storyteller, Owen.
I'll take that as a huge compliment, thank you. Yeah, you watch it as
As we
you
were looking,
Yep, sorry.
so as we see him like get near the ground, the Drake comes. Is any of this within 120 feet of Shana?
It's 140 feet by the time as the Drake takes off and he lands underneath it. So as you do this attack of opportunity and then run to the side of the tower and look over, he's already at 130, 40 feet as he takes off on the Drake.
Knew I should have gotten the extended range.
As the Drake begins rapidly flying away, you can see Jorgen sort of turn back over and hold one hand up as a single fist salute, and then put it down again as the Drake takes off flying away. Yes.
Oh,
Jim.
and as I said, I said I would go look over the
Side of
balcony.
the tower. Yes.
When I did that,
He's
how
100 feet
far was
away. So as you run to the side of the balcony and look over, he'd be sort of rapidly approaching that 100 feet.
But 100 feet?
Yes.
Or can I cast Hypnotic Pattern on him?
You can definitely try. Yeah, definitely.
120 feet.
Although he's not even looking at you, so I can
I'll
try and put it in
cast it
front of him.
to look
Yeah,
there.
go for it. Let's give it a go. You can try. Absolutely.
He has to roll a Wisdom saving throw 17.
Okay,
But-
I'll roll right now.
With the harp, I can play the instrument while casting a spell that causes any of its targets to be charmed on a failed saving throw, thereby imposing disadvantage on the save.
Okay, so he has advantage on charm effects, so that just cancels it out. So it's just a flat roll.
Right.
So that works out.
And it
quite
also
nicely.
hits the
wisdom
Drake.
save. Was
Yeah.
it wisdom save? Yeah.
Hits the Drake as well.
It's a 22. It wouldn't because the Drake doesn't get summoned until afterwards. So when he's at the 120 feet,
Oh, because he's falling.
he's falling. So
Bugger.
that's a 21 for the wisdom
Oh, that's
save. so-
fine. What I can do is,
Yep.
if that's the case, because 120 feet, Hypnotic Pattern is 120 feet range.
Yeah, so you can put it right down where you're sort of thinking he's gonna pass through. Because remember, he's falling through the air. So as you create this spell and throw it at the very edge of the thing,
He's moving through it.
he falls through it and then lands on the Drake.
Right.
Actually, all of this is moot. He can counterspell. He's got one left. He could counterspell it.
I'm
going to say he does. Yeah, let's just make it super easy. Jin, as you go to cast this, clicks the finger, counterspell the effect as the hypnotic pattern goes off. Yeah, it doesn't even matter as he counterspells this hypnotic pattern.
Okay.
That's a great thought, though. That would have been awesome to do on the tower while he was not tied or anything. I'm surprised you guys didn't try and tie his hands or anything. I'm amazed. Normally you're so on that.
Shivers is going to go back in.
Warforged.
Yeah, I know.
As you guys wander back into the tower, you can see that you guys are sort of 200 feet up in the air, this tower being massive, so tall, the wind buffeting around you, and you can see down far, far away the airship.
Oh, crap. You know what I'm going to do, Owen?
Yep.
I don't know if I really want to do this, though, to cuck him. I can control weather.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
How bad do you want to go in on this guy?
Pretty bad. I'm not a fan of this
I just
guy at
want to
all.
kill him.
Yeah.
Because as he's flying away, I can literally, do control weather to literally create, a horrible, blizzardy storm.
Yep. So it takes 1d4 times 10 minutes for the new condition to take effect, and you can control it within 5 miles.
He'd probably reach the ground by then, actually.
He'd be pretty much long gone by then, I reckon.
Yeah. No problem.
So you can change it. I believe you can move it up or down 1 step. So at the moment, it would be light clouds. It'd be cool, and there would be a moderate wind. So you could change it to a strong wind and make it cold and overcast to move them. But you can't do... Because the way control weather works is you don't just say, I make a storm! You can only move and change the weather a little bit. You can affect it and push it through the different stages.
Oh, right.
So when you change the weather condition, you find the current conditions, and you can change its stage by 1, up or down.
Aha.
Yes. Control weather's not just thunderstorm. That'd be pretty cool. Unfortunately not.
You have this kind of just going to shrug a little bit and be like, well, at least we have the tower. Or at least this part of the tower anyway. And he said that this is his tower now, so as long as we stay here,
Also,
we can encounter him again.
That's indeed true. And also, we've just lost him from his place of power as well, so...
Well, at least we've reclaimed it, although I think there's one still down in the basement we need to take care of.
Well, I mean, that's the one we're looking for, is it not?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Chances are he might not be alive, though. That might cause a problem. But that's his Shivers' forte.
That's right.
Shivers, exactly.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
I will say, actually, on the ground where Lockie had been holding Jorgen, you can now see an hourglass-shaped key just that had dropped to the ground out of his stuff as he'd fallen backwards and thrown himself off the tower.
Oh, hey. Not the only thing.
Key is in one of those key card things.
Exactly, yeah. Small. Right. This one's made of stone, though, not made of paper. A stone tile with an hourglass symbol on it.
Alright, I'll snap that up.
Owen?
Yes.
What did his drake look like?
He summoned it as a gold drake.
A gold drake?
Gold drake. Metallic.
That's interesting.
Rather than chromatic.
Because I can only do chromatic.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes.
It makes it even worse when he kicked Eleanor.
Yeah.
Look, in a moment of haste, I described the situation.
No, that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
Were there any other differences in appearance?
Very similar to Eleanor. Very similar stage as well. Wings as well.
Okay.
Massive
But
golden
bigger.
wings, but about the same size as Eleanor in terms of the body shape, but the wings much larger.
Much bigger.
And the head and neck and tail a bit longer as well. Almost looked a bit more serpent-like.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, they did say that there was a whole lot of draconic magic that was released. Same as you, Yervith. Doesn't surprise me too much.
The draconic energy was released recently, in the scheme of things. He's been a part of the cult for a long time. It strikes me as unusual that he would have gained this power recently. I think, judging by the way he handled himself, I'd say he's had this power for a long time.
It just seems
His connection with his drake.
Seems strange that he would be raising dead dragons and have his own familiar. Just doesn't seem.
I mean, what power does he hope to attain? What what is his end goal? It seems weak to me.
Hmm.
I wish we could have questioned him further.
I think he was fearing for his life, I guess.
Yes.
Still,
In any
maybe
case,
keeping tabs on him and his description with your lot, Jin. They were keeping tabs on the other Dragon Wardens, weren't they?
I honestly can't recall at the moment.
I think that was what the last thing we said when we were at the council, is that someone was going to follow, like, up the sources of that power.
Mm,
I
yeah.
remember
Yeah, we did
there were
organise that.
reports about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Ah, the Harpers.
The Harpers, yeah. Anyway,
Well, maybe it might be worth getting in contact with them again and seeing what they've uncovered.
I mean, at the very least, you can pass along information about this guy, so
yes.
they don't know already.
Yes.
Oh, I just sort of take a moment and think, oh, haven't actually let them know anything for a very long time. Yet again.
Wait a minute.
So,
Well,
what are we going to do now? We have a whole telescope to ourselves.
and we have a whole dungeon to ourselves, presumably, as well, with our target down there. And a key, hopefully, to get us there, too.
Yes.
And a corpse,
Should we
I
take-
think we should go and have a look at, potentially.
Yes.
Just
Yeah,
clear
you
the
do
tower,
remember
make sure they're-
Jorgen saying that you'll find Iskander's corpse down in the dungeons.
Yes.
We should probably go have a look at that.
Yes.
And make sure there's no one else here. Last thing we need is another ambush.
Well, if you keep popping out of that teleportation... Tell you what, I'm never going to have one of these modern inventions in our place. What is
I'm
this?
really not a fan.
Elevator business. No. I want the good
Stairs.
old-fashioned staircases.
I guess technically it'd be like
Yep.
a televator is how you would
The
like it.
televator.
A televator.
Stairs are far much better for your cardio and keeping fit.
Exactly. They don't sneak up on you like televators.
Yes.
It's true.
Those elevators.
Down.
Elevators.
Those
Loki,
befangled
as you-
inventions.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say,
No,
Lockie,
you
as you look at the telescope, you can see that probably this wouldn't take too much effort to, if you wanted to remove this and mount it to your airship, it wouldn't necessarily be too much work. The base it's on is actually designed to be lifted and moved, and it's the clockwork mechanism is all self-contained. If you could find a way to lift this onto the airship, it wouldn't be too much extra work.
To get out of the room first.
Well, yes, I mean, we can just, I don't know, blow up the ceiling or something.
Oh yeah.
You could use your giant giant form and
Oh, yeah.
and just lift it on.
It's not a bad idea, actually. Perhaps we should come back once we're done here. I even had a place. Remember that gun that I tried to make that I managed to slingshot off into the ocean? I still have the footing for that, so we can actually put the telescope in.
I'm a bit disappointed about that. I would have loved to have used that.
I know, it was very disappointing, but what are you going
Big
to
shooter thing to shoot more things. That's what I'm
Absolutely.
all about.
We'll be able to harness the power of magic, but nope. I slingshot it into the ocean. Say lovey.
Owen, I'm going to have a look in the telescope. I've been kind of curious about, all this Hadar stuff.
Yeah.
Shivers, I don't know if Shivers would have any concept of what any of that is.
Oh, there's a. I mean, your people, the Tabaxi and the people of Morse Sacris do pay attention to the stars. It's sort of one of the beliefs that the stars can sometimes give glimpses into the future, or give an understanding of the movements of time. And as you have a bit of a look through the telescope, you realize very quickly this is a very advanced telescope. You are seeing far more of the night sky than you've ever seen before. I mean, the fact is as well, it's only afternoon, yet when you look through this thing, some combination of effect of the roof or the lenses allows you to peer into deep astral space. And as you look and begin moving around, you begin to see some familiar constellations, some unfamiliar constellations, and again, these almost like rivers or estuaries of darkness weaving through what would be bright clusters of stars. Just empty blackness. Nothing.
And given my religious background, can I roll for what the fuck?
You can roll a religion. You can roll a religion or arcana check for what the fuck.
That's good. That's great.
Could I help him out by being a sounding board?
You can
By
give
also
assistance.
being like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Here are some fucks that you can examine and see if they fit. You may have advantage, Raph, if you roll again. 22, 15. Okay, so 22.
22.
I mean, as you look at this thing, you've never heard of this Hadar. A lot of the words Shana was throwing around before, local cluster, star systems, none of this makes any sense to you, but deep within you, there is this feeling of existential dread as you stare at this thing. Something primeval, some aspect of your biology or physiology recognizes this as a threat, something to be afraid of. And you find the hackles on the back of your neck rising up as a shiver goes down your spine, staring into this empty nothingness, staring into oblivion.
I quickly take a step back and away from the telescope and just nope the fuck away from it. I don't like that. What is that?
Not a fan?
Not the fan.
Of the
It's true destruction.
What do you mean through destruction?
Well, currently, as far as I'm aware, it's a all-eating, goes anywhere and destroys everything. Planes, worlds, stars, suns. Nothing. No defending. No stopping it.
What does it do when it is finished devouring?
It
What is there
continues
left?
devouring. It devours until there... I don't know. I guess until there's nothing left to devour.
This is just a very scientific question to me. You know what I'm like, science and such. When it eats so much, you know how we eat a lot and we have to expel it? Where does this thing go to the toilet? Like, where does it expel the stuff?
scientific.
That's a lot of stars and planes that it's devoured, so...
I mean, I've never
scientific.
seen it as such, but I'm assuming it uses the matter that it consumes to grow larger. I mean, well, you know, you only expel waste, and if the being, it's not waste, it's used for growth, I would assume. But
You're
I've never
implying that this
into
is a thing, something that can be killed, something physical. If it is physical, then it can be defeated. I can shoot it.
I mean, if its final goal is to devour everything, if we stop it eating, I suppose, I guess it would shrivel up.
Is it sentient?
Could we give it food poisoning?
Can we give it one of Jin's pastries?
I do have a lot.
I mean, you could. Just need to find a way to get this out of space.
I hope I survive long enough.
I've killed Michael. I've killed him.
I love the idea of this, like, this blackness, this vast blackness, and Jin's standing before goes, I think I have something for this. Reaches in the back and starts throwing pastries at it randomly. As the pastries strike it, they just dissolve into nothingness, and then after, like, the fourth pastry, the creature stops, and Jin's like, I think I'm having an effect. Throws more pastries.
I'd probably at least inject the pastries with some poison.
Okay. It's going to be hard when they're that stale. Like, how you can, like, get
Someone's
in.
sitting there. Oh, we've got a plan, guys.
Just imagine this like eldritch abomination that's devoured entire universes, and you just give it a bit of poison, and it's just like, oh, I've got a stomach ache now.
My tummy's upset. I've got the rumblies in my tumblies. I will leave this universe alone.
That's what you hear. Yeah.
Doesn't agree.
Does not agree.
Alrighty, what are you guys doing?
I will just ask Shana one thing, just on a serious note. This mirror is very serious. Sorcerer. We're such a serious part. We're so serious. But she'll just ask Shana, because she's thinking about it. Do you think that Tiamat could, if we released her, destroy Hadar or stop it?
I don't know. To be really honest, I don't actually think anything can. I think our best bet is to hide. Find someone or something, or even maybe the giants, or who knows, but find a way to hide. I don't know.
Hide from something that eats everything.
You move the plane. Move it out of its way, or move it into somewhere where it's already been and is unlikely to return to, but I mean, easier said than done. But fighting it, we tried that. It didn't work.
I mean, is there a way to contain it? I'm sure if you...
Contain something the size of the universe.
Well, yeah. But if you lured it somewhere where it would, I guess, endlessly eat but not gain any volume or space or movement. I mean, I know there are I don't know them specifically, but I know there are certain planes that would go on endlessly, that are creating things endlessly. If you create things fast enough, I dare say you find some equilibrium.
I mean, in the sake of pure transparency, I'm assuming you've all sort of guessed that I'm still working with the original patron that helped, try to have our plane survive in my first encounter with Hadar. And we're still trying to find a way to save this plane. But at the moment, it's not, there's not a lot of progress. And so, to be quite honest, I was hoping I could get a bit more information out of that wizard, Drake Warden, before he flew away.
He doesn't sound interested to me.
Let me remind you that you do have a powerful energy coursing through your body that you are yet to use. Perhaps that could come to our advantage at some point.
Shana still has that wish spell. Still has the wish spell.
She doesn't want to use it.
Not even to stop Hadar?
Well, yes. If it comes to it, I know I'll have to, because Lyra can't come back if there's no plane to return to.
Why do I get the feeling you're waiting until the final boss fight, and then Shana's gonna be like, I'd like to use my wish spell just to... Why do I get the feeling that's your plan? Look, well done to you. Power to you if you do. I can't believe you got 100. Alrighty, well, I think that might be a good point to wrap up there. We've just hit our 2.5 hours. So I think
God.
Yeah, no, I think we might wrap things up there. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming and joining us. I hope you've had fun. Thank you to all the new people who came across to check us out. This is the Lost Archives. We do D&D on a Wednesday. We do Avatar Legends on a Thursday, which is Avatar The Last Airbender, but D&D. And on a Saturday/other days, we do other stuff. I do other games. So thank you so much for sticking around. I'm going to play the outro, and then I'm going to take us across to raid another channel. I can see there's another Aussie D&D stream, so let's just keep this raid train going. So thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye, everybody. Farewell.
See you next week.
Bye, everyone. Bye, guys.
Thank you.